Welcome everyone to this awesome day and this time of something new with the Boca Chamber of Commerce and our virtual investor panel competition this Wednesday, May 13th. So glad to have each of you on board with us tonight. We promise that this will be very fun and entertaining. So thank you for taking at least 2.5 hours out of your time. May not be that long, but taking time from watching anything else but to tune into us to see the awesome ideas that will be coming from the students. My name is Sharice James Grow, and I am the program manager here at the Boca Chamber and for the Young Entrepreneurs Academy. I want to thank each of you again for being here because this is such a momentous event that has finally arrived. The students have worked very hard with us, the instructors and the mentors, and I'm going to tell you all, this has been a unique class with a very interesting journey, and I'm very proud to see each of them get through through the classes and the intense times, which were also very fun. They are super smart collectively and also individually, and they're very outspoken in many ways. And I'm truly going to miss being a part of this class with this caliber of students, and just hope, my future classes will be the same way. Now, although most of you are familiar with the YEA program, Young Entrepreneurs Academy, for those who do not know, the Young Entrepreneurs Academy is a program of the Golden Bell Education Foundation. Now, you're going to hear more details about Golden Bell later from the chairman, Chuck Stout, but let's get into what YEA is about. Now, as you can see from the pictures, this is our in-class shots. YEA is a 25-week after-school program that walks the students through the process of starting a business, launching it into a real legitimate business that we hope for them to have. The students do their research, they create business plans, practice presentations, and tonight, they will make their final pitch to a panel of investors to help pay for their startup costs. So we are very proud of them, and we know that this program is a huge commitment. We know that. It was not just a commitment on these young professionals, but also a commitment to the mentors, the volunteers, the guest speakers, and even the chamber staff. And it's a commitment we wanted to have. So thank you again for being here. And let me just acknowledge first, before I get into my official thank yous, the parents. Parents, thank you for enrolling your students into our program for their entrepreneurial journey. You could have placed them anywhere else, but thank you for enrolling them with us and also getting through my many emails and communicating with me as necessary. So thank you, parents, for doing that. Now, let me first give a shout out to our awesome instructors. Now, our instructors broke up the 25 weeks, and this would not have been possible with their commitment over like 3, 4, 5 years they've been doing this. Our first segment instructor is Barbara Bush. Second segment instructor, Rob Jager, and the third segment instructor is Ken Liebersfeld. Unfortunately, due to the pandemic, Ken's time got chopped a bit, but he still hung in there as we switch to the virtual space to continue our sessions. But you all will hear some specific words from my instructors later on in the program. I would also like to thank our mentors. None of this could have been possible without the help of our mentors who gave 10+ weeks of mentoring. They actually came on a Wednesday night around 6 o'clock and sat with these students, as you can see in the pictures, to help just them form their concepts and have their business ideas. So I want to thank each of them for putting in their time 10+ weeks, especially those who chose to continue virtually as well during the one-on-one times. Thank you, mentors, for doing that. And I want to give a special shout out to the lead mentor, Ed Gagliardi, who has been a lead mentor for like the beginning of YEA with the chamber, I believe. But this was his last year. He has moved away, and he has put in so much time with the Boca Chamber, and we just want to thank him for all the time that he's invested into the YEA program. I would also like to give thanks to our guest speakers. the guest speakers that came to give their specialty and expertise on business concepts, skills, even just sharing motivating stories about entrepreneurship with our young professionals. These professional guest speakers, I just want to thank you all for coming in, because it's like adding like an extra flavorful ingredient to an already awesome cake. So thank you, guest speakers, for being part of the YEA program this year. And then last but not least, I have to thank the chamber staff, my chamber team. Thank you so much for just what you're doing behind the scenes and just stuff to put this together. I would probably be going crazy out of my mind, but the chamber staff is such an awesome team. Work fast and quick, and we think things through to make sure we stay at the top of our game and doing what we do. And of course, none of the chamber team would be possible without the person that makes it most awesome. And I'm getting ready to turn it over into the man who leads everything, and with his incredible insight and how to make the Boca Chamber be the best it can be, and also how we can continue to keep hashtag moving business forward. I want to welcome our CEO and President, Troy M. McClellan.
There we go. Cherise, thank you very much. I appreciate that. We love this program. It's one of my favorite things that our chamber and our foundation do every year. But good evening, or good afternoon still to everyone. We'll go into the evening a little bit. Welcome to the Young Entrepreneur Academy Investor Panel Competition. We're excited to still bring this event to you, although virtually. It was really important for us to be able to continue this experience with these kids and bring it to fruition. We just had to do it in a very different way. So we're really excited to be here tonight and to participate in this and watch these young entrepreneurs pitch their companies for a chance to win to earn some money to keep their business going. You know, this is the Chamber's Foundation's 9th year delivering on this program. Time has flown by, and we've just had amazing experiences, and we hope to continue this program for years to come. But when we started 9 years ago, there were only 22 sites, primarily chambers in the country, that were offering this program. Today, there's over 125 around the country, and there's even one in China and one in India right now as well. So it's a global competition as we sit here today in 2020. Now, normally this competition would be held at our premier global headquarters building of Office Depot. And these students would be standing up on the grand stage pitching their business to our judges, who I'll announce in a moment. Although we can't be there tonight, we are grateful for Office Depot, for its CEO, Jerry Smith, who you're going to hear from in a moment, and his entire team for hosting our competition tonight virtually. So Jerry, to you and your team, we appreciate that. Thanks so much. We're also happy to have Ethan Shapiro. He's the head of schools at St. Andrew's School here in Boca Raton, and he's YEA's platinum sponsor and host of all our YEA classes every Wednesday night on their beautiful campus. And so we're very appreciative of this special partnership we have with St. Andrew's School. Without it, we couldn't be as successful as we are. Now, Cherise already talked about the 3 instructors. I have to add my own personal thanks to Barbara and Rob and Ken, who you will hear from a little bit later in the program, but they give tremendous amount of their personal time to this program, to these children, and to these businesses. And we can't do it without them, and we can't thank them enough. So to you 3, thanks very much for what you do, for not just this program, for all the other activities you're involved in with the Chamber or its affiliate organizations. And tonight, we've got an impressive group of judges, our panelists, that are going to judge and ask some questions of our entrepreneurs. First off, we have Seth Ellis, and he's the managing partner of the Ellis Law Group. Will be on the judging panel tonight. Seth, thank you. We also have from Office Depot, the Senior VP and Chief Human Resources Officer, Zoe Maloney. And both Zoe and Seth serve on the board of the Golden Bell Education Foundation. And next up, we have Rachel Zeitz, CEO of Gladiator Lacrosse and a former YEA student. Really one of the shining examples of any graduate that's ever gone through any YEA program in the world is our very own Rachel Zeitz. Now studying up at Princeton, her company has experienced explosive growth and success. And so, Rachel, we're so excited to have you here tonight. Join us and be a judge on the panels. And then a familiar person to Rachel is Sam Zeitz. Yes, that's her father. He's the CEO of TouchSuite, and he'll be our lead judge tonight. And I noticed before we were ready to get on that Sam doesn't look like the picture that you see up there, probably because of our quarantining here. But that is Sam Zeitz, like I said, CEO of TouchSuite, another extremely successful entrepreneur in his own right. And so thank you all for giving us your time tonight and to being part of this special experience for the kids. And last, we have to give thanks to all our partners. Without them, programs like this just simply don't happen. And so I'd like to thank them for their dedication for entrepreneurship and just recognize a few and rattle off their names. You see some of them on the screen. But as I mentioned already, our partner, St. Andrew's School, where we conduct all our classes and get such tremendous support. Office Depot, of course, as I've mentioned as well. Blue Green Vacations. We have Comerica Bank, SunTrust, TouchSuite, Minuteman Press, Modernizing Medicine, Center State Bank, and more that are on there. And you can see, again, it takes a village, and these companies, these people have been just extremely supportive and dedicated to this program, and we're so grateful. We also want to acknowledge all of our Golden Bell board members, especially Chairman Chuck Stout, who you're going to hear from a little bit later in the program, and he'll also recognize his colleagues on the board. But I too want to especially thank our team, and I'm going to start with Cherise James Grow, your program manager of the foundation and the person who has kept the YEA program going strong throughout this crisis, throughout all our challenges. Cherise has been amazing. It's been awesome to watch her in action, although virtually, for her dedication and effort. And then the team, as she mentioned, we've just come together to help and make sure that we could deliver this program just like this tonight. So Cherise, well done, and to the rest of the team, thanks for all your supporting efforts. Now, before I hand it over to the CEO of Office Depot, Jerry Smith, then to Ethan Shapiro, the head of schools at St. Andrew's School, I do want to thank each of you for joining us tonight. It's some time out of your schedule, but the nice thing is virtually you can still have your dinner and watch us. So we're just glad you're here. Even though the kids can't hear you cheering them on, we all still know you're here supporting them through this event tonight. And to the kids, listen, it's been great. We can't wait to hear your pitches tonight. You're going to be awesome, so go get them. With that, Jerry, I'm going to hand the program over to you.
Thanks, Troy, and thank you, team, for everyone for joining us tonight. First of all, thank you, Boca Chamber and Golden Bell, and especially the students. I think it's outstanding. Hang on, I gotta click my video. There we go. And I think we're moving into a whole new world here, and I think it's the YEA program is a perfect example of especially for the students being creative, driving change, and I think we're experiencing some of the biggest change in the economic history of the globe, and I think and for most corporations as well. And I would encourage, first of all, thank you students for being part of the program, I think it's fantastic you're doing this. You have a successful judge that's demonstrated what this success can do. But as Zoe and I look at employees and potential candidates, one of the things we're always looking at is an entrepreneurial spirit and creativity and vision and the ability to look differently at how you approach a business situation or a business problem. And so I think this is incredible training. And again, I want to thank all the sponsors, the instructors, the mentors, everyone who's part of this, because I think it's really given outstanding training. Even if you don't win tonight, this is a great experience and great way to get yourself ready for this, the new world ahead of you from a business, from a career, from an occupation perspective. And so I encourage you to keep up this spirit as you move forward. And we're proud to be part of this program. And I think it's fantastic to see, Boca's version of the Shark Tank. And I think and we are glad to be part of it going forward. But I'm excited to hear about the program and some of the pitches. So good luck to everyone. Thanks again for all your hard work. Thanks everyone who was part of this. And remember, you're learning a ton that will help you in the future as you go out into the business world or whatever you want to do. And always keep this entrepreneurial spirit and keep looking for ways to change the business model and to change what customers really need with their products. Thank you so much, Troy, and we're glad to be part of the program.
Thank you so much, Jerry. Thank you so much, Jerry. We are getting ready to move into our final speaker before the students present, so students get ready. This is Ethan Shapiro. We have been on the wonderful campus of St. Andrews School, as Troy mentioned earlier, for our classes, and so we are going to turn it over to Ethan now to share some words with our class and viewers.
Okay, can you guys all hear me?
Yes.
Well, thank you, Charisse. Thank you, Troy, and thank you, Jerry. It is an honor and a pleasure to be with you all tonight. I wish we were on campus right now, and I look forward to when we're going to be back on campus. You all have heard me say this before, but there's really nothing we do that gives us more pleasure with the community than being part of the Boca Chamber and hosting the YEA program. You guys are awesome. We're bringing students from all over the city and all over the area, not just from St. Andrews School, which is great. It allows us to be a really good community member, and the Boca Chamber helps us with that. I want to echo what Jerry said about the world we live in now and how lucky you all are to be a part of this program. My guess is that what you're learning through the YEA program is every bit as important as what you're learning in your classes in school all year long, because you're learning how to adapt and survive and thrive in the world and in the changing new world. And I would also echo very strongly what Jerry said about it's great to win. Competitions are great, but there are going to be kids in this competition tonight. Most kids aren't going to win, but everybody's learning the same stuff. And that is how to create, how to innovate, how to present, how to try and fail competently, how to pick yourself up and move on. So what you're all doing as a part of this program is as important as anything else you do in your young lives. And I give you a lot of credit for being a part of it. I know you realize how fortunate you are to have the help and the support of the Chamber and all of the volunteers in the YEA program. So good luck tonight. Good luck to everybody. Don't worry if you don't win tonight, because you're all gonna win down the line, and you're all lucky that you've been part of the program. Take care, and we'll see you guys around.
Thank you, Ethan. All righty, let's get into it. So, as you students have heard, yes, this is the world that we're living in, and viewers, some of you all also know that things have changed dramatically. And so we are just in a special place right now, and the students, get ready, get ready. So we're going to start with what we're really here for. All of our students have worked hard to get to this moment, but I want to speak about one student in particular first before we get into the presentations. This is Carl, who we call Freddie Malmström. He is an international student at St. Andrews School from Finland. Unfortunately, due to the pandemic, a lot of us got displaced, and he was one of them. He had to return to his home. and they are 7 hours ahead of us. And just because of everything, he hasn't been able to be with us tonight to share his presentation. However, he's been a huge part of our YEA class of 2020. So I just had to talk about him and his particular business idea that he was working on is called Taskmaster. As you can see, it is a business that was designed to deliver groceries for tired moms and the elderly. And even when I spoke with him a couple of weeks ago about just how are things over there, he was like, there's a lot of these businesses springing up. So he had a good idea in advance of the pandemic. So I just want to give honor to Freddie because he is missed. We wish he could be here tonight, but he is a big part and will always be a part of our YEA family. So let's get ready to hear from the remaining 13 businesses that will be presenting in alphabetical order of their business name. There will be individuals that will be presenting, and then there are a few partnerships. Now, all of this is happening in various locations in this virtual space, so let's be gracious to our students. Once each is finished presenting, they will remain on the screen, and I will ask two judges to ask two separate questions to the presenter. So again, 13 businesses in alphabetical order. They will stay on the screen, and I will call two judges to ask questions before we move on to the next. So now, without further delay, we're going to start our student presentations with the first business. It is At the Spot with Imara Koreth and Val Sylvain.
Hi, I'm Val Sylvain,
And I'm Imara Kareth.
and we are the proud CEOs of At the Spot.
On the weekends, I usually go to the mall with my friends, and one of my friends brought someone I didn't know, and I didn't feel comfortable.
When I try to plan to go to the movies with my friends, I have a hard time nailing down the time and place of the event. But lucky for us, our app At the Spot fixes both of our problems. What it does is it sends a notification to your friend saying, meet me here at this time and this place, and you can only add people from your contacts.
The first image shows that you can see all your friends at once on a map. The second image shows all of your group text. There is an add button on the top right. Once you hit the add button, the third image pops up. Once you hit the plus, you can add your name, location, date, description, and who you want to invite. Once you are done adding the information, you hit the create button to add your event. We have two parts to our business. One is we want teenagers to download our app, and second is to have banner ads as advertisements on our app that allows businesses to market to teens. For example, if a restaurant wants business from teens, they can use our app to advertise.
We have two business goals, two short-term goals and two long-term goals. One of our short-term goals are to sell at least 9 ad subscriptions by August 2020. These would be video games, restaurants, and apps. And we would like to draw in 50 downloads from students at our school by August 2020. For our long-term goals, we would like to sell at least 10 more ad subscriptions by January 2021 and get 60 more downloads from students at our school by January 2021.
Our competition app is called 20. We focus on the safety and security of the app and its users. They use your location when the app isn't open, and a creator of a group chat can invite a person you don't know to the group.
We have 2 target markets, middle school and high school. And this would be in Palm Beach County, which has 92,000 students. The price of the app is free of charge. The place is in the App Store and the Google Play Store, and we'll be advertising by word of mouth and flyers.
We will be getting our money from ads, and they will cost $25 per month.
The definition of 1 unit is 1 ad subscription, and this would be $25 per month for 1 year. And we will make a gross profit per unit of $25 a month.
By the end of July 2021, we should have sold 18 units.
Our total operating costs for 1 month is $310.
Our first hosting cost is Apple, which will cost $100 for the first year. Our second hosting cost is Google, which would be $35 for the first year. For our marketing, it will be $110.
We will be using $50 from personal savings, $35 from a relative, and $160 from an investor.
Thank you for your time and consideration for At the Spot.
Thank you, Imara and Val. Let me tell you, I wish I would have had something like this when I was a teenager many years ago, but not sure what good it would have done me because my parents were way too strict. But thank you for that. I am going to call on 2 judges to ask you questions. That would be Sam Zeitz and Zoe Maloney for 2 questions to you two, okay?
All right, yeah. Good job with the presentation. I do think the other judge might be able to cut into your cost for marketing there, because I see a third of your costs are to Office Depot. So there might be some people on this call that might be able to help you out with that cost. You indicated that on the advertising side, you were going to charge $25 per month per advertiser. If I were an advertiser, I would be looking at this and saying how many users are and how many eyeballs am I going to be receiving for that $25. So that $25 could be very expensive, or that $25 from your perspective, if you have a lot of users, could be very inexpensive. So have you given any thought of changing your model to typically most online advertising is a cost per 1,000 model? Have you looked at that?
What we have decided is we will do for how many ever users we have, and depending on how many we don't expect ads on our first years. We expect to get ads after a lot of users join. So we would think $25 would be good for when they want to start advertising on our app.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you both. Absolutely fantastic idea and presentation. And of course, I am super excited that you're planning on developing your marketing materials with Office Depot. Happy to help with that. I'm curious, and especially being the parent of one teen and a recent teen, what do you think your barriers, or the resistance from your target population will be to using your app? I'm sure you went through some analysis around why you think folks wouldn't use it. What did you find?
I think that the only reason why people wouldn't use the app is probably from parental consent. Maybe they might be worried about it, but if they try it, then they'll see that it is very safe and user-friendly, and there's no way that any strangers can know where the child is, or they can't add them on the app itself.
Got it. Excellent. Yeah, that'll be very, very important.
Thank you. Great questions, great answers, Imara and Val. All righty, we're getting ready to move into our next presenter, and that would be Build Abotics by Joshua Mazes. So Joshua, we're going to turn it over to you.
Hello, my name is Joshua Mazes, and my business is Build Abotics. Build Abotics is a nonprofit business that teaches underprivileged kids STEM through Lego robotics. We are part of the education industry and teach kids in the elementary school age range. Since I was young, I've always been interested in robotics. I've been working with Legos and would love to be able to inspire people without the same opportunities that I had when I was growing up. For short-term goals, we have find at least 2 more dedicated schools to provide our services to, make a usable curriculum on YouTube so other schools could also use our curriculum, and launch a website so people could see what Build-A-Box is really doing. And for long-term, we have spread outside of Broward and Palm Beach County, which is where we're currently focusing. Have 3 other schools using my curriculum, so high schools in a similar position to me, and inspire at least 500 students. I do not have much competition due to my idea of being unique. There are no other after-school programs that do Lego robotics at my target schools. Although this is true, there are other aftercare programs that are competitive due to them taking the same time slot that I would be using, such as Zumba, which is an indirect competition. Our business has 3 main markets. Principals at elementary schools and heads of aftercare programs are a major market due to them being the ones that will be using the program in said schools. Elementary school students are a very important market to us. This is because we want the kids that are actually partaking in our curriculum to enjoy what they are learning and feel like they got something out of our program. Donors are extremely important market to us because we want to make them feel appreciated and feel like members of the Build-A-Botics team. Our marketing plan has a focus on informing all of our markets thoroughly about our service and making them feel appreciated. For participants, we send flyers to the students' homes and post flyers at schools. This is to spread the word of our curriculum to the students and their families to see if they would be interested in partaking in our curriculum. For administrators at schools, we contact the schools and send a digital marketing overview to them. This is so they could visualize what the Build-A-Box program is like and how it would work at their school or aftercare program. For donors, we send them a digital marketing overview and have meetings with them via the internet and in person. This is so they can see exactly where the money goes and so they can feel comfortable investing in the Build-A-Botics dream. 1 unit is a 6 to 8 week program at an elementary school or aftercare program teaching my curriculum. The selling price is $1,000 to take into account the cost of kits, labor, wristbands, and other fixed costs. The classes run 1.5 hours, and accounting for all costs, the gross profit should come out to about $200 a program. Throughout the months, the units sold goes on an upward trend. The trend plateaus during the summer due to my limited amount of people willing to work for Build-A-Botics. This is due to Build-A-Botics team being made up of only high schoolers, and obviously they go places during the summer. After the summer, the amount of units sold continues to increase until the end of the 12-month period. Average monthly operating costs. My monthly cost consists of only gas costs. This is a fixed cost that costs about $10 to $15 a week, so the total cost per month is about $50. My profit and loss per month is $550. This is made up of a $1,000 selling price, 3 units sold, an $800 cost of goods per unit, and a $50 fixed cost for gas. When this is looked at a yearly scale, there are 36 units sold per year and a $6,600 profit before taxation. My startup investment will be used to register my business as a nonprofit and help to start hosting classes. $500 will be used to apply for a 501c3, which would make my business a registered nonprofit. $450 will be used for wristbands and Lego kits to bring to the classes. The wristbands will be used as a physical item, so the kids are able to leave with not only the knowledge and experience they gained, but also a physical takeaway from the classes. The last $50 will be used for promotional materials such as flyers and business cards, which will be able to give people a reference to see what Build-A-Box is about. My financing strategy is heavily based on the investors' funding. I will also have some funding from my school once we have started sessions, but my startup will be funded by the investors. My investment request is $1,000 to cover the startup costs, advertising, and to register as a 501c3. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Josh. Love it. You know, I have a heart for nonprofit and disadvantaged children. So thank you so much for taking your particular gift and talent to share it with them. So I am going to call on the lead judge again, Sam, and this time though, Rachel Zeitz, to ask you questions about your business.
Very good job on the presentation. Much like every business over the last 2 months, your business appears to be, one that's at the forefront of having to pivot due to COVID-19. How are you planning on ensuring the safety of the children, both from a social distancing perspective, as well as the actual Legos and equipment that they're going to be utilizing, making sure that they're clean and secure?
So personally, I was actually planning on starting to do Build-A-Box at Florence Fuller at the beginning of March, at the end of my spring break, but obviously due to Corona it shut down. So I was thinking of switching to a more internet-based approach where we're able to send the Legos to possibly kids' houses if we have enough funding, and that I could teach them via Zoom or some other spatial meeting, some conference website, so that I would be able to teach them without getting in contact with them, so it's still safe for them and there's no risk of them getting coronavirus.
How would that impact the economics of your model?
So obviously it would be a little bit harder. It would be a lot more funding needed for specific people, especially because the reason that we didn't go to Florence Fuller is due purely by the fact that they just shut down and they aren't open anymore, and most aftercare programs aren't. So teaching individual students would obviously be a harder approach, but they need to have the physical materials. So for now, we'd probably be teaching less students at a smaller scale, but with the same amount of funding that we had before.
Sounds great. Good luck.
Thank you.
Great presentation. One of my questions was, I know you're probably not the only one that's going to be teaching the students. So let's say schools do open up in the fall or in the spring. When you are building out your team, do you have a structured training program for the students in order to make sure that every kid going to these schools kind of knows the different programs they're giving, or have you not really thought about that yet?
So since I was already planning on going to schools, I have a small group of kids, I think it's 4 or 5. And since I do robotics at my school, I tried to get kids that also do robotics and did Lego robotics in elementary school and middle school. I feel like they already have practice, and they also helped me develop the actual curriculum for Build-A-Botics. So they already have a full grasp on what we're going to be teaching.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joshua, and great answers, great questions, great answers. You students are on fire. Okay, so we're going to move into our next presenter. This next presenter is doing his business in the virtual online space. That would be ClickFluence with Joa Levine.
Hello. Good evening, everyone. My name is Joe Levine. I am in 10th grade, and I am the founder and CEO of ClickFluence. So ClickFluence ClickFluence focuses on YouTuber sponsorships. Our main mission is to offer its YouTubers the best tools to find sponsorships for increasing their revenue while offering companies interactive and notable influencers to advertise their products. We're in the sponsorship industry. Our company is completely SaaS-based, which means we're software as a service, and this allows us to have no manufacturing costs except for the development, upkeep, and improvements of our website. We're going to start by filing as a DBA, and in the coming months, we'll file for an LLC. So we had to make goals. So our first goal was in the first few months after launch, we wanted to release an alpha wireframe build on WordPress. 5 months after the launch of the alpha, we want to release a closed beta with finalized software. 4 months after the release of the beta, we want to release the software to the public. In the first 6 months of public launch, we hope to gain 100 YouTubers above 10,000 followers and 20 companies. And then finally, we hope to grow to 50,000 in gross revenue in the first year and a half after launch. So when looking at the competition, we realized our biggest competitor was FameBit. They have a majority of the market share that we're targeting, and their business runs very similar to how we run. Our second biggest competitor is Mention and other competitors. They're very similar to Fame, however, they lack the market share that FameBit has. And finally, our third competitor is multi-channel networks, or MCNs, and these are like private agents for YouTubers. So since we have this much competition, we have to have something that sets us apart. The first thing that we have that sets us apart is the vast diverse of companies that we're looking to get. A big problem that was stressed to us by the current users of FameBit and other platforms was they lacked a diverse selection of products. Most of them were either beauty and gaming, and while these are the biggest categories on YouTube, there was many other categories that still get millions of views, and these weren't shown on these platforms. Our second thing is we're gonna have a new clean look. So while if you go on FameBit's website, it looks really clean and fresh, the back end looks like 2005 Craigslist. So we wanna refresh that and make it so it looks new. And then finally, we're not affiliated with anyone. FameBit was bought by Google, who owns YouTube. And while you may say, oh, they have deep pockets, they also might have ulterior motives. So we want to stay honest with our YouTubers and companies. So when looking at the market, we found that there's 15 million YouTube channels. However, we're only looking at YouTube channels over 1,000 subscribers, which is 6 million. And we estimate that each YouTuber will use our platform 2 times a week. When estimating our market cap, which is 1% of the applicable users, around 60,000, we estimate that it's just over 1 million a month. So we charge a 10% fee from the buyer or the company. We are completely online, and our business focuses around connections between companies and YouTubers. We're going to be marketing directly through Google and Facebook since they have ad-based targeting, and so we can target directly to YouTubers. And finally, we'll be also advertising on Social Blade, which is kind of like a social media for YouTubers. So when looking at financials, 1 unit is 1 brand deal. The average selling price is $19.67. However, we get our 10% cut, which turns to be just under $2. This leaves us with a gross profit of $1.80 after cost of supplies are taken out. So when looking at the monthly sales projections, we start slow. However, since the YouTubers that started with us still use our platform in later months, it's exponential. So we start out with only getting $40 a month, but it ends up with December getting us $8,100. So our average monthly operating costs is $1,400. And this is a mix of our website upkeep, advertising, and our variable costs. Our variable cost is the 1 to 2% that credit cards charge for their fee. Our income statements, our monthly income statements has a total of 1,269 units sold, and it leaves us with a net profit of 650. And our yearly income statements are 15,000 or just over 15,000, and it leaves us with a net profit of 19,471. So for our startup costs, we found that if we were going to use a freelancer for our website, it would be around 15,000. And we got this by looking up Tinder's startup cost for their website, and we found that it was anywhere between 5,000 and 15,000. However, since we are going to be using a payment processor, which Tinder didn't have in the beginning, we use the higher end. And the DBA is $50 and the LLC is $125, with general marketing to start at $1,000, which leaves us just over $16,000 for our startup costs. We're getting $10,175 from friends and family, 5,000 from my personal savings, and 1,000 from the investor panel, which is my ask. Thank you so much. Does anyone have any questions?
Yes, I'm sure that they do. Great job, Joel. Hey, YouTubers out there, when you want to grow, see Joel in the future. So I'm going to hand it to our judge, back to Rachel, but then also Seth now. Seth Ellis, those two will be asking you questions, Joel.
Great job on your presentation. I really enjoyed it. My question is, I was wondering if you guys had any barriers that you could put up in case one of your bigger competitors, I know you mentioned that you were going to tap into these smaller areas that maybe, I forget the name of. Yeah, so like some of the smaller areas that they haven't tapped into yet. Do you have anything in place to stop them from kind of just entering that space as soon as they see you start growing in that area?
No. So no direct like barriers per se. However, we're going to be targeting a lot of the companies that advertise in that space. So hopefully we can get a lot of the bigger companies before they do. Also, just because they come in, like I said, there's 16 million YouTubers. So just because they come in doesn't mean that they're gonna get like all of the YouTubers in that space.
Thank you.
Seth?
Sure. Great. Great presentation, informative. It's definitely an area that it's a little bit outside my knowledge base, so it's always good to hear something new and business ideas that are emerging like that. My first question is, like, are you aware of current influencers that would really benefit from this? How are you identifying them, and how do you intend to get in front of them?
So, like a lot of the influencers you probably know aren't the people we're going to be targeting. Those are mainly held by the MCNs. We're targeting more of the smaller YouTubers. So our target market is right around 1,000 to 10,000 subscribers. And I've talked to a few of them, and like when talking to them, the big thing that they were saying was that like gaming and beauty are like amazing sectors of YouTube, but like my niche isn't covered there, and there's like one company, and like I can't continue advertising that same company because like my subscribers will get dried out, and they would want more diversity. So going back, I think just having a like diverse amount of companies will help with that. Yeah.
Excellent. Wish you good luck on that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Joa. All righty, we're going to keep it moving along, and our next presenter will be presenting her business, Enhancing Dancing, and that will be by Maya Stagman.
Okay. Sorry, it won't play.
Okay. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Hello, my name is Maya Stagman, and I am a sophomore at American Heritage, and I'm the CEO of my company, Enhancing Dancing. Enhancing Dancing hopes to change the lives of students through dance one school at a time. Look at the transition that we can make in your school. We are a nonprofit where high school dancers help underprivileged elementary students. Enhancing Dancing is to teach students life lessons through dance. This will be by creating environments where the students feel comfortable, supported, motivated, and this will create them to have long-lasting bonds. Some of our goals in this company are, when it comes to short-term goals, we hope that within 3 months, we have 2 schools, 6 high school dance teachers, and 2 sponsors. And by long-term, we hope to double most of those numbers to, by a year, have 4 to 6 schools, have 10 high school dancers, and matching with 4 to 6 sponsors. In the dance community, there is quite a bit of competition. Our first competition would be dance studios. These dance studios are mostly professional, but they do have a high price of around $45 per class, and they are at an inconvenient location for most of these underprivileged students we are targeting. There are also after-school programs at these schools already. These after-school programs have a low price of $10 per day, and they are at a convenient location, but some of these activities that are brought to these programs are not very interesting to the students. So our advantage overall is that we have no cost for our program, and it is offered at a convenient location, which would be at the certain schools. Also, that our overhead is lower than our competitors. When it comes to our target market, we have 3 different targets that we're looking towards. Our first are participants. When targeting participants, we are going after mostly Palm Beach County Title I schools. These are schools that have underprivileged students, and we hope to have 5% of these schools and increase by 5% each year. And then we'll go from there. Our next target market are the donors. Donors are seen as parents of dancers, grants and foundations, but also any individual donations. Don't you want your child to be this happy dancing? Our last target market as of now are the students. These are the students that will be working as high school teachers, and these students will need community service hours in order to complete their goals. We expect to capture 15% of these students over the next 3 years and then continue to expand past that. When it comes to one unit, for us, one unit is one sponsorship of an after-school dance group with 15 students included. A sponsor price for a unit is $200. There's no labor cost due to the fact that we will be paying all of the instructors with community service hours. Our classes will run for about an hour and a half long each, and our cost of supplies in order to make this work would be $140 per semester. And this will include t-shirts, water bottles, snacks, and other things that we find is needed along the way. So our net profit will be around $60. During July, we are ending the summer and going into the school year. So this will be our planning month. And hopefully, we will be able to start off this company in August. For the whole first semester through August through December, we hope to have 4 units sold per month. We hope to have 4 dance classes taking place each month. Then, when it goes into our second semester of the year, then we hope to quadruple this number and be able to have 16 dance classes from January through May per month. So in June will be the beginning of our summer months, so this will be time off from this program, and it will start again next August and hope to quadruple the number again. Our unit sold revenue is 10. So when calculating that with our gross profit of 600, our fixed costs and any other costs that are important, we come to the net profit of $500 per month. So when you multiply that for the yearly net profit, you would multiply the 500 times 12, which would lead you to the $6,000 net profit per year. In order to start my company, we will need a few items. Some of our items consist of snacks, an iPod speaker, insurance, and 501c3 status. As you can see here, these are all able to be bought, and here are the costs of each item. All of these products can add up to $940. In order to start this company, I will be inputting $100 of my savings into the company. After talking to relatives and friends, they decide to match my $100 and put in that $100 of their savings. So I will be asking the investors for $740 in order to make this company happen. My name is Maya Stagnant, and I want to thank you for helping me help these kids get on the dance floor.
All right. Thank you, Maya. Yes, another nonprofit reaching students that may not get this experience. So the 2 judges will be Sam again and Seth this time that will be asking you questions, Maya.
Hi, good job with the presentation. I see that you're setting this up as a nonprofit, but then on your financial statements, you're showing that there is a profit. Is that funds that are going to be utilized as a reserve, or are those dollars that are going to go back into providing more classes? Because typically a nonprofit doesn't have a profit at the end. And have you already reached out to schools to make sure that you're going to be able to have those facilities to utilize it? I see you're doing a great job of matching the free labor with community service hours, which are prevalent throughout most high schools in South Florida, but you need to be able to lock in the facilities as well.
Yeah, well, first off, the profit that I hope to get from this company is in order to like sponsor the next few sessions. So all of it will go back into the company, and none of the profit is for me or the other teachers, because as I said before, the teachers will be paid with community service. So all of the profit we make will be put into continuing to make this company work. And then second, I've started to reach out to a few different schools and like communities, and they agree that it's a good idea and hope to communicate further. But as of now, all I can do is reach out because of the COVID-19 virus. We can't start any company.
Well, I would envision you will have a lot of demand given the economic impact of what's going on currently. So good luck.
Thank you.
What a great presentation. And I love anything that gets kids into the arts, and having an opportunity to help children that may not be able to financially achieve, and take dance classes is great. Is there a specific type of dance that you will be targeting, or is it going to vary based on location and need?
Well, in my opinion, when it comes to dance, you have to see who the students are and who you're teaching in order to decide what style you think would work best for them. So I will go the first day with a few different ideas in mind and styles and dances. And then once I see which type they like the most and they like enjoy dancing to the most, is how I will continue with my classes.
Will that cause any difficulty with your student advisors or student volunteers that will be going to it, as to what their skill set is and how you match it up?
Well, most of the high school students that will be on board with my project are like skilled in every different type, because that's how the dance community is now, are very able to adjust to any different type of dance. And also, if we have 15 students and there's different types at different schools of dancing, then I would assign the high school teachers to which school would fit them best.
Excellent. I wish you the best of luck, and hopefully once COVID clears up, you'll have a thriving program.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Maya. Such great answers. It is exactly like that. When you go to a school or group of students, you have to look at who's there first. So great answer. So we're getting ready to transition to our next presenter. Our next presenter is Jacob Wise with Get Amped.
All right, good evening. My name is Jacob Wise. I'm in the 11th grade at David Posnack Jewish Day School, and I'm the founder and CEO of Get Amped. So does anybody know what that noise means? That is one of the most dreaded noises that an electric car owner can hear, and they do not want to end up doing this. That noise means that their battery is about to die. So the first thing that pops into their mind when their battery is almost dead is, I'm going to have the car towed. But that can cost over $300. But with Get Amped services, the driver can pay as little as $69.99 to have their vehicle charged on site. So you might be asking, what is Get Amped? So once the car's battery is dead or does not have enough battery to reach the destination, it's as easy as 1, you open up Get Amped's app and request a charge. 2, Get Amped software will then search for the nearest Get Amped approved driver that will come to your location and charge your vehicle. And 3, you're on your way to your destination. So here's a chart of the market growth from 2014 to 2018. You can see that in 2014, there were approximately 300,000 electric vehicles on the road worldwide. And within 4 years, in 2018, that number grew to almost 2 million vehicles worldwide. And this just shows the massive growth potential of the market, of the electric vehicle market. And as you can see, there are a lot of electric vehicles popping up on the screen. This graphic demonstrates the massive, massive growth potential that the EV market is expected to experience from this point on. And within 2 years, the number of vehicles on the road worldwide is expected to multiply by about 20 from 2018 and reach a whopping 41 million vehicles worldwide. So oftentimes, if an electric vehicle owner lives in an apartment or condo, they won't have access to a charger to charge their vehicle nightly. So in the future, Get Amped will implement a subscription service where the user pays a certain price per month, and they can have their vehicle charged up to 3 times per week. They just simply leave their vehicle in the garage where they normally leave it, and Get Amped will do the rest. So competition. Currently, Get Amped does not have any direct competitors. However, AAA is an indirect competitor because they do not have a mobile electric vehicle charging service at the moment. And Get Amped will be marketing in 3 main ways. The first way, we'll be utilizing the App Store platform that the app is located on. And the way this works is when a user searches anything electric vehicle related, the first app that pops up is Get Amped's app. So it puts it out there, and it's another incentive for them to download Get Amped. The second way that we'll be marketing is by utilizing popular forums and blogs. This is a great free place to put ads, and electric vehicle owners often visit these because the EV community really is a community. And the third way, we hope to eventually include packages and discounts for buyers of new electric vehicles, whether this is discounts on subscription services or discounts on emergency charging services. So our economic of 1 unit is 1 charge, and it costs the user $69.99 plus price per kilowatt hour, which at the moment is 13 cents per kilowatt hour. And just like Uber, the driver will get a certain percentage of that, and that's $19. So my total cost of goods is $23.23, and that $23.23 includes $4.23, which goes back to Get Amped for half an hour of work. So my profit per charge is $46.76. We plan to start in February, and as you can see, there's an uptick of sales in the summer months and holiday months because we expect people are going to be driving around more and traveling a little bit more, so we expect more use of Get Amped. And our monthly statement is for our month of December, and we expect 60 units, which is a total sales of $4,199, and after taxes and cost of goods, our net profit will be $2,719. And then for our first year in business, we expect to do 550 units with total sales of $38,494 and a net profit after cost of goods and taxes of $17,678. So our total startup costs are $3,000, which is for the app development. And currently I have $700 invested from a relative, and I'm investing $300 personally. So I am asking for $2,000 from the investors today. Thank you for your consideration, and don't forget, Get Amped will get you back on the road. Are there any questions?
Oh, yes. Yes, Jacob, there are questions. And for all you electric car drivers, hey, don't run out of your battery or you'll be calling Get Amped. So we are going to turn it over to Judges Zoe and Rachel for your questions, Jacob.
All right.
Thank you so much, Jacob. Absolutely fantastic and very intriguing idea. Actually, I have a couple of questions. The first being, how do you plan to enlist the charging drivers? What's your kind of plan in terms of bringing the interdependency together?
So there's a company right now that implements the technology onto trucks. So having a connection with them and maybe forming a contract so they can hire drivers for their trucks that they already have in service. They just don't have the app. So GetAmped is the platform that will hold all the different drivers, sort of like Uber.
Got it. Okay, so it's more of a platform play. Excellent, excellent. Yeah, and that was actually my next question was, have you considered, I know you said an emerging competitor potentially is AAA, though they don't have this ability right now. Have you considered forging a partnership with a AAA to launch?
So what I've been thinking is offering the incentive to tow truck companies. So they would have to pay to install the service on their truck, but they're getting access to this whole other market of vehicles that they can now service. So it's opening up the market to them, and it's also giving them more profit because they have access to this whole electric vehicle market. So not so much a partnership with AAA, but just partnering with other tow truck companies.
Got it. Thank you so much. Good luck.
Hey, great presentation. I know that my dad definitely loves to play the game of can the battery go so we've definitely experienced this issue before. A couple of questions. My first one being, I know you mentioned the cost to the user regarding the battery and then your unit cost per amp for the actual charging, but what about the device itself? Like, have you decided, have you sourced out like where you would buy the actual charging units? Yeah, you go ahead.
Okay, so the charging unit, that will actually be the responsibility of the driver. So like I just said, the company that already has these trucks in service, it will be using their technology that they already have. I'm just the platform. I'm the app that kind of organizes. I'm bridging the consumer to the provider. So I'm not providing the actual technology, the charging device.
Okay, and then my second thing is for $19, do you feel that may be too low to incentivize these drivers to go out and service on your platform rather than maybe having someone call them on their own, knowing that they may have this service and kind of like going around the fee that way?
Well, that's kind of the going rate right now for like the AAA. That's what they're paying, but that is a valid concern of whether they would go around. So maybe lowering that might be a good, or changing the price that would be going to the driver would be a good idea.
Great, thank you so much. Great idea.
All right, Jacob, great job, great job, great job. Okay, we're going to move on. Up next will be Luxury Rentals by Ethan Faust. That's Luxury Rentals by Ethan Faust.
Hello, my name is Ethan Faust, and I'm a junior at Cardinal Gibbons High School, and I'm the CEO of Luxury Rentals, and our motto is, travel like your favorite celebrities and influencers, all for a fraction of the price. Luxury Rentals is a...
Oh, wait, sorry, let's just pause for a moment. We have a little bit of a technical difficulty. Your screen isn't sharing, Ethan. Not sure. All right, there we go. Thank you, sir.
Hello, my name is Ethan Faust, and I'm a junior at Cardinal Gibbons High School, and I'm the CEO of Luxury Rentals. And our motto is, travel like your favorite celebrities and influencers, all for a fraction of the price. Luxury Rentals is a designer luggage and bag rental company, which will be renting out brands such as Louis Vuitton and Gucci, all for a fraction of the retail price. Our short-term goals are to acquire suppliers to buy these bags and brands such as Louis Vuitton and Gucci, start our first location in South Florida, and create a website with functional development. Our long-term goals are to average 100 new clients per month, move into other states such as New York City and California, and start new locations in the big cities such as San Francisco and New York City, because most of the time these people live in very confined apartments and do not have much space to store these big bags and luggage. We also plan to create an easy-to-use app for mobile users and add a consignment feature where people can sell their bags, ship them to us, we authenticate them, and then ship them to the person buying them so the person buys an authentic bag. We have some competition such as Bag Borrower Steal, Bag Romance, and Rent Luggage, but we are different from these because we are the only platform that sells designer luggage. We will be targeting 20 to 50-year-olds who are interested in traveling and high-end fashion, and there are around 10.5 million people who travel out of Florida each year at least once. And the U.S. luggage industry is a $24.4 billion industry that we will be entering. We will be charging anywhere from $40 to $100 a day per bag, and they can be rented through our website at luxuryrentals.com. We'll be promoting through Facebook ads and Instagram ads and contacting influencers on YouTube, Snapchat, and Instagram to show off our great service. The average price of renting one bag for 1 day is around $100, and that's including pickup and delivery. And pickup and delivery will take at most 3 hours, and at the minimum wage rate, it will cost around $25 plus the $10 for gas, and we will be profiting around $64 for one bag for 1 day. But we expect for the average person to be traveling for 3 to 4 days and 1 to 2 bags, which will leave us with much higher profits. We plan to start our sales in January of 2021, and we're going to be starting off pretty slow because we're a new company. Then around June and July, pick up our sales because of summertime, and then around October to November and December, pick up around the holidays. We project for per month to make around $1,100 profit, and for the whole year, $13,833 profit after taxes and everything. Our startup investment, we will need to get a website with a year of hosting, which will cost us $300, and we will need to purchase 10 bags from different brands for around $10,500, and our initial advertising will be around $700. I will personally be putting $2,000 of my own money, and I will be getting $1,000 from my friends and family, and then a $6,500 loan, and I'm asking the investors for $2,000 today. Thank you. If you have any questions, you can ask now, or you can email us at luxuryrentals@gmail.com. Thank you.
Thank you, Ethan. Ethan, can you just click the slide one more time? There was a little bit of a lag with your presentation. We heard your great words, but we were a little bit behind on the pictures. However, hopefully the judges could still understand and grasp your business concept for those who are jet setters and want to travel on a budget. The two judges that will be asking you questions are Seth and Zoe.
Ethan, great concept, great idea. Especially not having to store your luggage in the house and being able to have it shipped to you. My concern for you would be, what happens if the luggage is stolen, destroyed, or damaged? I didn't see anything in your first year profit and loss or your estimated profit that deals with insurance or bag replacement. How do you intend to deal with that?
We plan to get these, what are they called? They're like the little tags people put them in the stores. You could insert them in the bags, and it's like a tracker kind of. I forget what they're called right now, but we were planning on either doing that or contacting like an insurance company to cover the bag's price if there's any damage or it does get stolen.
I'd want to see you put that into your profit statement, because that could have a major effect in your first few years of profit if you've got to cover the insurance, unless you can pass it on to your client. But great idea.
Thank you.
Hi, great idea, Ethan. And my question for you is, how do you plan to store the inventory? So I know you're starting out with 10 bags. Where would you plan to store that? And then as you grow, obviously, that's going to become a bigger need.
Yeah, well, for right now, probably, honestly, in like my garage or my room, because it's only 10 bags. But if we do grow, probably get a warehouse and maybe hire a distributor to deliver the bags for us. So we won't even have to do a delivery. We just pay them to deliver the bags for us and store the bags for us.
Got it. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Ethan. Thank you for your business idea to help jet setters across South Florida, at least, or wherever you want to grow. Up next, we are going to have opportunists from Ben Rosenthal.
Hello, my name is Benjamin Rosenthal, and I'm the CEO of Opportunist. Opportunist is a website.
Oh. Okay, Ben, let me just pause you. I'm sorry, Ben, we're going to pause you for a moment because there was a bit of an issue with your I think you're still kind of frozen. Let's just rewind it and let's start again, and then hopefully it'll move through smoothly because it got cut off a bit. Thank you.
Hello.
Okay, let's pause for a moment. Ben, you're still a bit choppy. Can you we're gonna put you on pause. I'm gonna come back to you. I'm going to let's just cue and put you on pause for a moment. And we're gonna bring up Project Flight Photography. So so we can see what's happening on the back end with your screen right now, because it's a bit choppy. So if Project Flight Photography can be ready to share, and we'll come back to you, Ben, okay? We're just gonna talk to you a little bit behind the scenes. So Project Flight Photography is on YouTube with Justin Thomas and Harlan Bernstad.
Time.
Okay.
Yeah, it's taking a little time. I pressed present, but it's taking a little.
Okay, so seems like we're getting these interruptions in the virtual space. Let's do this. So we're gonna pause you two as well. We have to keep the program moving just for time's sake, and so we want to make sure. So we're gonna come back to you two as well. Let's go ahead and move on to Quick Dropped with Cassandra Diaz. As these other two presentations, we're gonna let them get their things together. So let's welcome Quick Dropped by Cassandra Diaz.
Good evening, and thank you for being here. My name is Cassandra Diaz. I'm a senior at Boca High, and I'm the CEO of Quick Drop. Whether you work in an office, at home, or out in the field, we all know the frustration that comes with time constraints, so Quick Drop is here for you. Quick Drop is an app that provides fast transportation of materials for contractors who can't be there to pick up what they or their job demands. Contractors forgetting materials or jobs getting disrupted due to incorrect materials occur more often than people realize. Having a father in the construction industry, I have firsthand knowledge of jobs getting disrupted or delayed due to lengthy delivery times or even faulty material orders, and it shouldn't be that way. You know how Uber Eats or Grubhub will deliver your meal within the hour? Well, Quick Drop is just like that, but for contractors. First, you select the supplier of your choice, add your order to the cart, and then put in the destination. You will then agree to a price while Quick Drop finds your perfect vehicle for your order. You will receive photo confirmations, and you'll be able to track the order the entire time. When the route is completed, you can tip and rate the driver, which will help us ensure our customer satisfaction. Why Quick Drop? we get the job done with our easy-to-use one-tap app. We guarantee the best and most fair pricing and ensure your safety by having background checks on all of our drivers. Within the next year, QuickDrop will have an easy-to-use, fully functioning app, which already would have partnerships with local suppliers and is ready to be launched with at least 12 local drivers. In the future, we will have contracts with largely known vendors such as Home Depot and Lowe's, which will expedite their delivery process while in return creating job opportunities. QuickDrop may potentially build relations with Uber to either partner with or sell to, or we will expand to other services that don't exist yet, such as medical and emergency. Getting materials to the job has never been easier. Our competition does provide similar services, but QuickDrop is the only one that provides fair pricing. We charge you based on what you're actually purchasing, the type of vehicle and the mileage, unlike our competitor Curry. Although our other competitor, Go4, does not have a set delivery price, you must first get a quote before ordering your materials, which defeats the whole purpose of an expedited delivery service. With the 92,000 construction businesses in South Florida, we are initially hoping to reach 10%, doing 12 drops a month. While reaching contractors, we know that construction never closes, so neither does QuickDrop. Our app is accessible the same hours as your chosen supplier. So, say you needed materials and Home Depot closed at 10 p.m., but Lowe's closes at 11, there's no need to worry. You can still have access to the app and get your order in. We plan to reach contractors and drivers with advertising on television, on the internet, in the store, with word of mouth, on the radio, and with street teams. QuickDrop understands that a lot of money will go into advertising, but we also know that a lot of money will come out of it. One unit for QuickDrop would be one trip or delivery. Because of the numerous variations of prices one trip could be, this is an example with a $30 average. This unit consists of a 10-mile drive weighing 20 pounds, along with an upcharge for the required larger vehicle. When we launch, we expect to have these monthly sales. We would like to start in March, since that is the start of prime construction season. Starting in March would also give the app a few months to attract the greatest number of customers until summer arrives, which is when construction rises even more. Our operating cost is about $6,000, which consists of our website, insurance, and advertising. Our projected monthly statement has a net profit of over $850,000, making our estimated yearly projection totaling over $10 million. In order to start my business, it will cost about $28,000 to successfully launch. QuickDrop is planning to get funding of $5,000 from a relative and the rest from grants or from personal savings. Today, I'm asking the investors for $2,000 to help me get QuickDrop started so I can help others finish their jobs. Whether it's a box of nails or a pallet of bricks, just drop it and we'll do the rest. My name is Cassandra Diaz, and we at QuickDrop look forward to speaking with you on how we can save you time and money.
All right, Cassandra, I know if there are any contractors, anyone who does any type of work knows the need for a business like this. So I am going to hand it over to two judges. That would be Lead Judge Sam and Zoe to ask you questions, Cassandra.
Hi, great job with that presentation, and definitely a need that needs to be filled. If I'm interpreting what you're doing, you're essentially creating an Uber Eats for the construction space. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So in an Uber Eats business model, they're charging the consumer who's ordering the food, but they're also charging the restaurant. Have you given thought to charging the suppliers who will actually be providing these goods a percentage, or to entice them? If somebody needs nails or they need something, you're right, they could go to Home Depot, they could go to Lowe's, or they could go to many independents. So having them actually pay a premium would allow you to drive revenue from both sides of the equation.
Yes. So we're not looking for much of to pay Home Depot or any other supplier. It's more of contracts with them. They will get paid for their supplies, and it's a separate payment for the driver and quick drop.
You know what I'm suggesting is they would pay you a percentage.
For Home Depot, for the suppliers.
Yeah, the supplier to pay you.
I have not thought about that. Initially, it was more of a contracts, but yes.
There might be I think you explore it, there might be an opportunity. So, you know, if for example, you needed something Office Depot had, I'm sure they would be glad to pay you a percentage to drive those additional sales.
Excellent segue, Sam. Love it. Cassandra, great job. Very, very intriguing idea, and especially as you think about, you know, the construction industry. You know, similarly, I had a couple of questions. One was, you know, I'm curious if you've done any research as to some of the other same-day delivery services that are like Shipt, that obviously aren't necessarily in this space yet, but obviously, you know, could get intrigued by this idea. And then my second question is how you would, obviously different than Uber Eats, which is a fairly consistent, you know, unless somebody's ordering massive amounts of food, your drivers would need to be able to handle potentially larger and heavier cargo, which could come with some liability issues, et cetera. And I'm just wondering if you've thought through any of that.
Yes, as for the liability, the drivers carry their own insurance. So if something were to happen, we have their insurance covered, but we also have throughout the app photo confirmations to ensure that the customers get what they need, and they can add notes to make sure if the driver doesn't know that what a 2x4 what's supposed to look like, they can describe without the brown holes in them, so they know what's rotted, what's not, so it limit liability.
Got it. And have you done any thinking about, you know, the other same-day delivery services like Shipt? I know you mentioned specific competition, but the other broader.
Yes. So other ones, like even Home Depot, they do their own delivery. It's not on demand. It's not, they won't be there within 30 minutes. With certain job sites, like my father's a roofer, he needs certain type of wood, a certain pack of nails now. That type of delivery won't help him if the inspector's coming in an hour.
Got it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good job.
All right. Thank you so much, Cassandra. We are getting ready to transition to our next. With those two that had a little bit of a technical difficulties, we're going to save them until the end to bring them back. So we're just going to move on, continuing in alphabetical order with our next presentation of the business stat analytics by Sarang Shravan.
Hello, my name is Sarang Shravan. I'm a sophomore at Dreyfus School of the Arts, and I'm the founder and CEO of Stat Analytics. On a typical Sunday, I would just be going through endless amounts of homework, and once I was done, I would have nothing to do. But during football season, everything really is better. Stat Analytics uses advanced computer analytics to predict the outcomes of fantasy football games in order to provide our fantasy playing customers with a competitive advantage. However, what makes us truly unique is that we apply to those analytics social aspects of a player's life to more fully predict their performance on game day. Did you know there are 53 million fantasy football players in the world? And they are all our target market. Regardless of age, job, or any other reason, if you play fantasy football, my business is for you. However, many people don't know what fantasy football is, so let me explain. In the beginning of the season, you build your team by drafting offensive players as well as defense, which totals to a 15-player roster from all different teams in the NFL. If you want, you can trade players, such as number 10 DeAndre Hopkins, the player pictured here, who was traded from the Houston Texans to the Arizona Cardinals. Once the season starts, based on your player's performance in games, you get points. For example, an offensive player gets 1 point for each catch they make, and a defensive player gets 2 points for each interception. Based on how many points your players get in each game, you win games. If you win enough games, you can advance to the playoffs or even the championship, just like the Super Bowl. These games have huge importance for many players because losing games can mean losing money or bragging rights, or having to perform dares. For example, if I place last in my fantasy league, I would have to perform a dare, and I hate the Patriots. So, I might have to buy a Tom Brady jersey. And unlike the president of our chamber, Mr. McClellan, I would not like to do that. Some of my short-term goals are to raise money to build our platform to predict player performance by June of 2021, which I estimate will cost about $15,000. My sales goals are to attract 1,000 customers by the 2021-22 NFL season. Long term, I will publish results that prove the platform's credibility, which will show that my service works. More winning customers means they will refer me to their fantasy playing friends, which will allow me to double to 2,000 customers by the 2022-23 NFL season. Some of our customers are ESPN, Gridiron AI, and Unanimous AI, but none of them are like Stat Analytics. ESPN does not use computer analytics. Gridiron AI does not use social aspects of a player's life, and Unanimous AI does not offer fantasy football. And remember, our use of social aspects will propel us above our competitors. As you can see, I am planning on charging $85 per season, but we also offer a $15 per month subscription, which will give new customers an opportunity to try us out without a big commitment. This $85 per season charge will include the Super Bowl for free, as well as save you $5 over the 6-month season price if you were to pay the monthly subscription instead. Our competitive advantage is using social aspects of a player's life to predict their performance, both positively and negatively. In the case of Antonio Brown, there was a very negative effect. Brown was a great receiver until last year when he was accused of sexual assault and yelling racial slurs at his team owner, which resulted in Brown playing only one game in 2019, totaling 15.6 fantasy points on the whole season compared to the 323.7 points he scored the previous year. Another example is T.Y. Hilton, whose daughter was born on the same day he had an NFL game. While playing with no sleep, Hilton caught 4 passes for 122 yards and a touchdown, leading his team to victory while scoring 22.2 fantasy points, his second best performance of the year. As you can see, social aspects of a player's life can have great impact on their play, and that is what makes our company so unique. Our ongoing costs are to host our website, advertise our service, and update the player stats and social aspect data on our platform. We will need to update the data once every week, typically on Tuesday, after the week's games are done, 4 times a month, which will cost about $2,000 monthly. The updating costs during the 6.5-month season, plus the year-round website and advertising costs, total to $13,370. With 1,000 customers, we project our revenue over the first season will be $85,000, so therefore, our total profit will be $71,630. I am asking you, our investors, for $9,000 to assist me in building this exciting platform, and I expect to raise the remaining $6,000 from my own savings and my fantasy football playing friends and relatives. To wrap things up, I want to thank you all for your consideration. Just like the social aspects of your lives have an impact on how you perform in your workplace, Stat Analytics knows that players' social lives impact their game performance in their workplace. That's why I believe Stat Analytics has an immense amount of potential to be a successful business, and I hope I made you feel the same way. Again, my name is Sarang Shravan. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarang. Yes, fantasy football. I have someone that I know that will probably jump on this for sure because he's always talking about football and then what's happening in their personal life. So thank you for that business idea. I am going to hand it over to Judges Seth and Sam for your questions.
Great job on the presentation. I couldn't agree with you more. Life is far better with football in it, and hopefully we'll have that back shortly.
Yeah.
Very interesting approach to tie in the social aspect to it, and I agree that you're going to need to have, a proven track record, no different than a hedge fund manager who's picking stocks or any quant that's putting together, a fund to show your track record. Mm-hmm. My question is twofold. One, have you gave an example of like T.Y. Hilton, who had a baby and performed better with very little sleep. One would argue less sleep would have the opposite effect. So have you run a correlation of, 100 players over the last, 5 years have had a birth of a child within 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours, and what were their performances compared to their normal performances? And was it positive or negative? So that would be interesting. And then I'm assuming that you came up with this based on your playing performance yourself, probably playing on some of these fantasy sites. And how was your track record last year in any of those sites?
Yeah, so last year I played in 2 different fantasy football leagues, and in one of them I made the championship in both of them, and then one with my friends and one with just random people. And then I won in the league against my friends and I lost in the other one. And then running some tests about like players having a baby or any other social aspects of their life to like I guess see what certain social aspects can affect their play the most. That would be a good idea, I think, to add to the platform.
Great. Good luck with that.
Thank you.
Great presentation. Really enjoyed it. I'm going to put aside the Patriots comment, but where are you, or do you already have the software in place that can run the stats that are going to be able to analyze these different social aspects, or is this something you still need to design and create? And if so, what's the cost of putting that together? Because there's so much information that's out there, but it sounds like you're on a weekly basis going to run down and create different models for each of the different subscribers to this. It just seems like a voluminous amount of information, and I'm not sure how you put it all together and what the program looks like.
Yeah, so we haven't established the software yet. That's why so our goal is to get it up and running by the 2021 season, after this upcoming season if it happens. And then so it'll cost $15,000 to create the platform, and then each week right after the it will be on a Tuesday most likely after all the games are done each week. We'll just update the data, and that way it won't exactly like build up, I guess. And then each week continuously we'll update it, and then for that it'll cost $2,000 per month.
Okay. Sounds cool.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, judges. We are moving along. We are going, just a reminder, those 2 businesses that had a bit of technical difficulties, we're going to bring them on back at the end, hopefully. But we're going to continue in alphabetical order of our businesses. Up next is Teen Chess by Christian Frenette.
Hello, everybody. My name is Christian Frenette. I'm the CEO and founder of TeenChess.com, and I'm in 6th grade, and I go to Franklin Academy of Boynton Beach. I'ma make chess cool in school again. TeenChess.com is a completely online chess tutoring company, so no one can catch the coronavirus. And we have a mission to improve a teenager's ability to think and reason better through the power of teaching chess. But like all businesses, Teen Chess has competition. Our main competition is Palm Beach Chess that charges $35 to $60 an hour for tutoring. They have video courses, but we do as well. We have a competitive advantage. We are kids training kids, so we can relate to how they think and we can keep them stimulated throughout our whole hour class, which I know is difficult. We also offer an online club as well as do video courses. Teen Chess is targeting teens and parents of teenagers, and this is why. 9 out of 10 parents think their teenager spends too much time gaming. Do you guys agree with me? 54% of parents report their teenagers spend more than 3 hours a day on gaming, and scientists say that spending more than 3 hours on gaming is when they start to take their toll. You see why I'm targeting teens? I plan to pass out flyers at chess tournaments as well as target teens using YouTube and Instagram. But I'm targeting to parents using Facebook and parenting magazines. Here are the quarantine benefits. We are completely online, so there's no chance of getting sick. It gives teens something fun and educational to play while giving them a break from their schoolwork. It also provides them with the social interaction that they need right now, minus the risk of getting sick. The definition of a unit is a class of 20 teenagers at $20 a student. That means the total selling price is $400 a unit. Our total cost of goods sold is $22 from the labor. making our total gross profit per unit $377. We do our best in the months where there's no school, because teenagers are going to be looking for something to do and parents are going to want them off their phones and computers. We're going to be doing our worst when there's holidays because they're going to be spending time with their family. And parents probably don't want their teenagers doing chess when they could be hanging out with them. I plan to do an average of 10 classes per month. That means the sales are $4,000. Our total cost of goods sold is $225, and we have total operating costs of $639, meaning our total gross profit is $3,137 per month before taxes. Taxes are $773, making our total net profit $2,364 per month. Per year, that means we're getting $27,819. I've earned $170 already with word of mouth alone for my business, so I'm seeking a $900 investment capital for online print advertising, upgrading my computer equipment with a higher definition webcam and some lighting. Also being able to pay for web hosting. Learning how to move and plan ahead while playing chess will help you become a better thinker, not only in your personal life, but also everything you do in your business life. Please check out teenchess.com as it is already up and running. Thank you for your time.
Well, thank you, Christian, for thinking of this idea. I wish I could have a little one that I could sign up right now. Such an awesome idea. I am going to transfer it over to two judges. That will be Rachel and Zoe, who have questions for you.
Christian, thank you. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Rachel.
Oh, you can go ahead.
No, I'm just so excited, Christian. This is just awesome. Really, really nice job. And you had me smiling the whole time, including with your request for better lighting. Just so I understand, are you planning on being the sole tutor for now for the 10 sessions per month?
Yes.
Okay, and then do you plan to expand, assuming demand grows, which would be a great thing, would you plan to bring on additional tutors and pay them?
Yes. The rate that I chose is $15 per hour. So, once we start to get more popular, and we're obviously gonna be needing more tutors, so I might try to get some classmates and then maybe train them, and then they can train other people.
Excellent. Thank you, Christian, so much. Good luck.
Thank you.
Hey, Christian, great presentation. My question kind of piggybacks on that a little bit. What have you thought about in terms of training tutors? Like, what kind of classifies a chess tutor?
Well, for me, doing a chess tutor would have them be, well, A, good at chess, and being pretty good at teaching other people. So I can help them on that. So, yeah.
Great, thank you.
All right, Christians. Yes, so on point. They got to be good at chess and they have to be good at teaching young people. So up next, we're going to keep it moving. We're going to move to 10 A's with Amelie Patron de Balanda and Jasmine Soy Thomas. Okay. Ladies, you ready? Okay, there we go. We see your beautiful faces.
Hi, my name is Amelie and I'm a 6th grader at Pinecrest School.
Hi, I'm Jasmine. I'm an 8th grader at St. Andrews.
And this is our company, 10 A's. So Jasmine and I are in a partnership for this business. We came up with this idea because we both had to go through the struggle of finding and fitting everything in our tennis backpacks. We wanted to fix this problem so that other tennis players didn't have to go through these problems like we did. So we made our own tennis backpack that will have special features like pockets specifically for sunscreen and lotion, a compartment that could be used to put tennis balls in, and waterproof pockets.
So here are our business goals. We are going to be launching our business this August with our online store opening in the fall. In 2 years, we're going to start launching additional products other than our bag, like dampeners, grips, and wristbands. And the year after that, we're going to be in 2 major retail stores, such as Dick's Sporting Goods. Our goal is to continue growing to Walmart, Target, and stores like that all over the country.
Our biggest competition is Wilson. Their backpacks can price from $89 to $100. But we have an advantage because we offer much more options and space. We supply our players with easier access to their belongings and friendly pricing. Along with that, we are also providing different sizes and colors.
There are 17.84 million tennis players in the United States alone, and believe it or not, there have been 226 million Google searches about tennis bags and backpacks. Our bag is made for anyone, anywhere who plays tennis. No matter your age or playing level, our backpack is for you.
To promote and publicize our backpack, we will be hiring a brand ambassador and subscribe to a Yelp subscription. And one backpack costs $59.99, and you can find them on our online website. In addition to that, we will be creating an Instagram and Facebook account to publicize our backpack.
So one of our bags sells for $59.99, as Amelie just said, and the labor cost per bag is $25. The cost of supplies to make the bag is going to be $13. So in the end, our gross profit per backpack that we sell is $21.82.
Since we will be trying to start selling our product in October of this year, we think that business will be slow in the beginning. We're predicting that we will only sell 3 backpacks. And also, the reason why we think we'll be selling the most amount of backpacks near the summer is because we are also going to be targeting summer camps. Jasmine and I will try to visit at least 3 summer camps and talk to them about our backpacks.
So we're going to be selling an average of around 31 backpacks each month, and that's according to our sales projection from October 2020 to September 2021. And the total cost of goods sold is around $1,000. Our fixed costs are $50, and since we do not have variable cost, our total operating cost comes out to be $50. So what it comes down to is our net profit for a month is going to be around $470.
In 1 year, we are estimating that we will sell around 370 backpacks. As we said before, one backpack costs $59.99. The total cost per unit is around $8,000. Our fixed costs are $600, and since we don't have any variable costs, our total operating cost will stay $600. So our net profit will be around $10,000.
For our startup investment, we have figured out that we're going to need the supplies to make our backpacks, which we are going to get online. And we also need website and business registration. And adding our labor cost to that, our total startup cost is $1,444.
With that being said, Jasmine and I are both contributing $400 from our personal savings and from relatives and friends. So at the end, we are requesting $800 from the investors here tonight.
Thank you so much for your time and attention. Do you have any questions?
Yes, thank you, Jasmine and Amelie. And for any of you out there that have a kid that plays tennis, definitely look out for their stuff somewhere. So the judges that will be asking you ladies questions will be Rachel and Seth.
Great job, guys. Excellent presentation, especially as being a sports business owner myself. My question falls along the lines, I know you guys are starting in tennis and you're creating bags and you want to expand into other things tennis-wise. Have you sought out potentially expanding into other sports in the future? Or do you want to primarily remain in the tennis market?
I think we're gonna primarily do tennis as of right now because we're both tennis players and we have the most experience in that. But after that, I think it'd be a good idea to go to other sports as well.
Great, thank you.
So, great presentation. I love the concept. Where have you already started, or have you already been able to put together a prototype of what the bag would look like, and what the I know you've talked about extra space for different compartments, but have you already identified who would produce the bag? I mean, you have the cost down, but where are you in that process?
Well, we've sketched like a prototype of it, but we haven't made it yet. And we're working on finding our manufacturer right now.
Excellent. Good luck on that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, ladies. Now we're going to continue on to our next presenters, and then after this next presentation, we're going to bring back the two businesses that had a little bit of technical difficulties. But up next is Togard with Cole Findelman and Levi Stein.
Hi, my name is Cole Fendelman, and I'm currently a sophomore at St. Andrew's School.
And I'm Levi Stein in 8th grade at Pinecrest. We have played many games, hundreds of games of basketball each. And this product works because we've tested it. Take it away, Cole.
Toe Guard is a comfortable and durable toe piece that protects athletes, specifically basketball players, from bruising their toes and toenails. We provide a product that adds cushion and protects athletes' toes from being crushed by force while competing in sports. For example, this includes the ability to withstand long-distance runs in cross-country and track meets, and absorb the instantaneous starting and stopping movements that are required by fast-paced games like basketball and football, without inhibiting the athlete's performance in the slightest. This is due to the fact that our product manufacturer specifically produces sports and fitness equipment. Hence, our product is durable and fits any size shoe, which could be anywhere from a size 6 to a size 10. Our mission statement is simple. You should never get hurt doing something that you love. Our short-term business goals are to sell to at least 200 basketball players out of our 1.6 million target audience in the state of Florida. We also want to build a website so that we can advertise our product in a much more cost-efficient way, which will double as a platform to sell internationally to people all over the world. Our long-term goals are to help over 100,000 athletes who have frequent irritating toe pain and to sell Toe Guard to mainstream brands like Nike or Adidas. The reason why we want to help these players alleviate their acute pain is that I myself have experienced the same while playing basketball and running cross country. For me, in the fourth quarter, when I have played a majority of the game, I am fatigued. My toes typically start to hurt from the hard edge of the shoe. And if you're a sports fan of any sort, this is when it counts the most. No other foot companies have quite a product like ours. My colleague and I have essentially created a new product market. Even major brands like Dr. Scholl's have not produced a product like ours, which is why Toe Guard is in such a niche yet highly profitable market. Our product is the best because it's extremely durable, one size fits all, it's cheap to manufacture, and it's extremely easy to use. Also, it prevents the user from sustaining injuries which may last for weeks at a time. Imagine you've been training for months right before the basketball season starts, and in your very first game, you develop a nagging turf toe that forces you to sit out for 3 weeks. A major setback, right? Our target market is primarily for basketball players. However, it can be used by a multitude of athletes. As mentioned, the basketball market in Florida is around 1.6 million players, which is an enormous number of people that could potentially purchase our product. And let's not forget that this is only just in Florida. Also, there are thousands of tournaments that go on during the basketball season, which allows us to market our product extremely well. That being said, our marketing strategy is to advertise Toe Guard at tournaments and high school games, paired with building brand awareness on social media by using metrics from Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and of course, our own website.
Nice job, Cole. Now, let's get into the economics of one unit. First, I would like to show a prototype of this. So, this is the malleable toe piece that will fit into your shoe. So, this is a flip-flop so you can see the whole shoe. It will go inside, and see, this is a size 4, so it will fit almost any toe, okay? It will go and it will protect your feet. So when it's like there, and your foot, it just smooths the bashing of your toes. So, now, the definition of one unit is 2 of these toe guards, and we're gonna sell them at around $7. And we're gonna recommend that Dick's sell them at $10, but they can sell it at whatever they want. The cost of supplies is we're gonna go to a manufacturer and we're gonna buy them at $3.50 per package. And then our gross profit is $3.50. Now, our monthly sales. This business is very seasonal. You'll see that we have peaks in the summer months when people are training and basketball tournaments are in the high peaks. And then it goes down in the off season. And the average monthly operating cost. We need somewhere to store all these prototypes and designs. So we're gonna get a storage unit for around $20. We're gonna need a website to sell these products and market these products. So that's gonna cost around $8. Now, we're gonna have to advertise to all these tournaments, and that's gonna cost $100. The totaling around $128. Now, we're gonna go over the yearly income statement, okay? We're gonna try to sell 2,000. And remember, that's only a fraction of the 1.6 million players in just Florida alone. We're gonna sell them around $7, and we're gonna make a gross profit about $7,000. Now, our net profit after tax and operating expenses is gonna be $4,000. Now, our startup investment. We're gonna need to design this, okay? And we're gonna need to build these boxes and advertise on them. And that's gonna cost around $5,000. And to make these products, we're gonna need a mold. And we're gonna go to a general contractor, and it's gonna be an average around $5,000 and totaling around $8,000. Now, we're asking you for $1,000. We both put in $500, and we're gonna get a business loan for $6,000, totaling the $8,000. Please consider investing $1,000 into our dream of protecting toes. Thank you.
All right, gentlemen, let me just tell you, my husband is an avid basketball player and he's sitting back here nodding his head. So great idea on toe guard. I am going to give it to judges Sam and Zoe for questions for you.
Hi, great job on that. And definitely, again, you guys have nailed a need that's out there. I know I've jammed my toe many a time and have had to go to the podiatrist. So along those lines, you indicated that this will solve turf toe, which, at least used to be a huge problem. I don't see it as much anymore, at least from the news. So I don't know if in the professional level they've solved this or not, but it definitely sounds like there's a need for this. Have you spoken with any podiatrists who can actually back up what you're saying, that this will solve the problem in 90% of instances or 75%? You always hear claims that 4 out of 5 dentists say this will solve this, etc. So I wonder if you've spoken to any of the podiatrist community about how this would improve, from their perspective, their potential patients.
So to answer your question, yes, I've actually spoken to a couple of podiatrists, and I was, asking them about the product and what they thought about it. And so when players are like cross-country runners or soccer players are running long distances across the field, their toes are obviously going to become bruised, and this product prevents that from happening, which overall prevents turf toe. And the podiatrist recommended that around 60% of the time, this product will solve turf toe, so that so most of the time, unless the durability runs out in the product.
And I just want to add that we've given these to players who play in games, and we've only gotten good feedback.
Right.
All right, great. Good job. Good luck with it, guys.
Thank you.
Excellent job, guys. I'm just curious because I kept waiting to see a picture. If you could just describe the actual product, that's my main question.
Can you see this, or could you see?
Yes. Okay.
It's just something that you insert into your shoe, and yeah.
Right.
Got it. Okay. Excellent. Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, Levi and Cole. We have the 2 remaining presentations, and so after that, we will be wrapping up the 13. So we're going to bring back Opportunists with Ben Rosenthal.
Hello, is this working now?
Let's keep speaking. Let's see. Keep going.
Is this working?
No.
Hello, my name is Benjamin Rosenthal, and I'm the CEO.
Oh. Yeah, there seems to be. Yeah, you're gonna have to. What we're gonna do is have you call in. Okay, if you can call in, Ben, and let me go ahead and switch it to Project Flight Photography. If you could go ahead, Ben, while you get your phone ready and your screen ready, let's go ahead and switch it up and let's try with Project Flight Photography. Okay, we're gonna try the technical aspect again. This is what happens in the virtual space. Okay, gentlemen, Justin and Harlan, we're gonna turn it over to you.
Okay. Welcome to Zoom. Enter your meeting ID followed by pound.
Okay.
All right, let's go. Here we go.
Hello, my name is Harlan Bernstead.
And my name is Justin Soy Thomas, and we are Project Flight Photography.
Project Flight Photography operates in the real estate industry and is a drone photography service. We also provide an international website that makes it easier for the realtor to contact our drone photographers.
So our short-term business goals are to first create a website where we hope to be able to connect drone photographers to realtors. We hope to do this all online, so it's quick, fast, and easy. We also want to create a training module to ensure quality and safety in all of our drone photographers. When we start, we want to start contacting realtors to start building a network that we might later be able to add to our website. By end of year 1, we hope to have 50 realtors. Our long-term national goals are to have a large national platform. What our vision is to, for example, a realtor in Chicago would be able to use our website to connect to a drone photographer that is in the area. And we hope to have at least 10,000 realtors.
For our competitive advantages, we have a quick 18-hour turnaround from the time that we end taking our photos from our drone to the time that we give you the photos is an 18-hour period. We also provide a user-friendly website that makes it easier for realtors to contact our drone photographers at any time needed for us to fly for them. We also provide high-quality photos to make sure that realtors, it makes it easier for them to sell houses and properties.
So this is some market analysis on the drone photography market. So homes that utilize drone photography sold 68% faster than homes that did not utilize drone photography. Also, high volume real estate agents use drone photography 3.5 times more than lower volume agents. This is a really large incentive for real estate agents to use drone photography. This, in addition to the fact that 73% of homeowners want an agent that utilizes drone photo or video to market their home. Information on the real estate market is that there are 1.39 million realtors in the US and 173,000 in Florida. This means that there is an ample amount of realtors that we will be able to tap into.
For our marketing plan, our price is at $175 plus 10 cents per square foot. And with locations, scheduling is done all online. No more phone calls, emailing, or texting. It will be easier to be online scheduling appointments for our drone photographers to meet up with the realtors. And for promoting our business, we will be directly going to the realtors and show them what we can do as Project Flight Photography. We'll also be advertising through social media platforms, real estate ads, and magazines.
So 1 unit for Project Flight Photography is 1 photo package. And using the pricing model that was mentioned before, it's $175 and 10 cents per square foot. So that brings us to $475 for a 3,000 square foot home. Our total COGS per unit is $95. So our gross profit is $380.
For our monthly sales projection, we predict that we will start up in September with a low 4 sales. As we gradually go up throughout the year with more and more sales, we predict that August will be our highest peak in sales in our first year.
So these are average monthly operating costs. So our first fixed costs are that we have liability insurance in case the drone crashes into something or causes a problem otherwise. We also have Adobe Creative Cloud in order to edit our photos, and our website costs. That comes out to $145. Our variable costs are $174, and that is made up of transportation costs. So that makes our total operating cost for the month $319.
For our projected monthly income statement, in our first month, we'll have 4 units sold, which comes to a total of $1,900, and with total COGS up to $380, with total operating costs at $319, which brings up a total of, for a net profit is $901. And then for our projected yearly income statement, we will have 89 units sold, which comes to a grand total of $42,275, with total COGS up to $8,075, with total operating costs at $3,828, which brings our first year income at net profit with $22,895.
So these are our startup investment costs. We need a drone. So the DJI Phantom 4 Pro is a high quality drone that takes great photos, and that costs $2,500. We also need 1 year of Adobe Creative Cloud for $240, in order to edit our drone photo and video. And even though we are primarily an outdoor drone photography based company, we also need equipment to do indoor shots as well. That's where the Panasonic camera and the gimbal come into play for a total estimated startup investment of $3,640.
For our startup financing strategy, we pulled up $800 from our personal savings, which gives us 90% equity. And from relative or friends, we pulled up $500, which gives them 10% equity. And what we're asking from you investors is $2,340. Thank you for considering Project Flight Photography.
Capturing the best pictures from above.
All right, capturing the best pictures from above. Okay, gentlemen, I am going to hand it over to Sam and Seth for your questions.
Great presentation, everyone. So my question is, I've sold a few homes and we've used drone technology to take pictures. What is your distinguishing characteristic of your project that a realtor would come to you as opposed to using their in-house people to do this with drones?
So what we're marketing to is the realtors that perhaps don't have people in-house to take drone photos. So when we're starting out, we're going to be the ones taking the photos. That's why we need the drone. As we grow, we hope to, as we mentioned before, to create a platform where we can connect people So it'll make it easier for those realtors to get photographers that they need. So when we're starting out, we're going to be the ones who are taking all the photos. But as like we said, start gaining a network of realtors, that's when we can adapt the website to connecting photographers to realtors, which is our end goal.
Excellent. Great presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Again, great job. You definitely hit, there's definitely a heavy demand. I don't think you'll have any trouble signing up, clients immediately. And once you build a portfolio, it'll only snowball. My question goes to, once you start to expand, you talked about making this a platform. So when you make it a platform, you talked about being national, you mentioned something about Chicago. How do you ensure standardization of quality so that when I sign up and the first time I use your service, I get an unbelievable product, and then I use it the next time and I get a different drone operator? How do I ensure that quality hits a minimum standard threshold? And also, are you pre-qualifying those, or you're intending to pre-qualify those drone operators to ensure that they have a certain minimum level threshold of the drone you indicated, the one that you're going to buy and the equipment you're going to buy? Are you going to require that? And are you going to have some sort of guidelines that they have to check off to ensure that standardized quality?
Yes, we will have guidelines and safety training for them to make sure they actually know what they're doing, and we'll expect them to have their own drone and fly that around and get to know it a little bit and get to know how to use it. But also, they're gonna have to go through our training process and make sure that they actually know how to use it. They're also gonna have to get a few licenses too, and also as well for sorry.
We also wanted to add that earlier this year, we did think about that. And in order to control quality, we were thinking that it would be a great idea if we might have an in-house staff that if you can send like final photos to take a quick look at. But we have not fully thought of an answer to that question. So thank you.
Great idea. I think it's a very viable idea. Good luck on the execution.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, Justin and Harlan. We are going to bring in the last presenter. Remember, as I said earlier, give grace to these students. We are in the virtual space. We're going to hear from Ben Rosenthal of Opportunist. I am going to share his screen. He is going to call in, and I will facilitate moving along the slides for him. Oh, sorry. Let's stop sharing the screen.
Hello?
Ben, are you there? Okay, so Ben, you're on. Okay, so I'm going to share the screen for you. You are going to, okay, and just cue me on when you are ready to go. Let me try it one more time. I'm having technical problems on this side as well. There we go. Here we go. Oh, what is happening? Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm going to try, I don't know, let's see. From current slide, let's see. Okay, I'm going to have to, sorry viewers, to get to this slide. The technical difficulties. All righty, almost there, almost there, almost there, and you're right after here. Here we go. Okay, Ben, you just cue me and you just tell me next slide, okay?
Hello, my name is Benjamin Rosenthal, and I am the CEO of Opportunist. Next. Opportunist is a website-based company which consolidates and organizes information regarding volunteering and internship opportunities for all of its users. Next slide. The primary market for Opportunist is college-bound high school students. This is because a resume full of extracurricular opportunities is a necessary component for most college applications. Next slide. Opportunities' marketing campaign includes educational social media, such as Khan Academy, which is a tool all students have access to. Along with this, local guidance counselors, teachers, and independent college advisors will be targeted in Opportunists' marketing campaign. These advisors, back, please.
Oh, sorry, okay.
These advisors play the role similar to Opportunists. They provide their clientele with opportunities for extracurricular activities based on their clientele's interest. So Opportunists both acts to help these people in their jobs and as a reference to all of their clientele. Next slide. Opportunists' competition is based on the organization of information and the amount of information provided. When we look at competition such as LinkedIn, they're extremely good at organizing their information, but don't include information about volunteering activities. Where a more direct competitor, such as Idealist, fails to organize information at the level of Opportunists and does not provide such a wide array of information. Next slide. Opportunists' competitive edge, first and foremost, is that I'm a current high school student. This means I have contact with other students at my school and counselors at my school. This means I can get input from peers as well as sharing experiences that my customers share. Along with this, Opportunist offers a search and refine tool embedded within the website. This proprietary technology allows Opportunist users to, based on personal preferences, to find opportunities related to them. Next slide, please. Although there is no variable unit production cost due to Opportunist being a website-based company, a unit is defined as 5 minutes of time spent on the website, as this is relevant to the ad-based revenue system. Next slide. Monthly sales projections wise, Opportunists wants to see an increase in sales during the summer and winter months. This is because major school breaks such as summer and winter breaks occur during these months. With a spare time due to students not having school to deal with, extracurricular activities are turned to, and Opportunists provide these extracurricular activities. Next slide, please. Domain costs, corporate liability insurance, and maintenance fees all play into Opportunists' operating costs, adding up to monthly operating costs of about $200 initially. Next slide. Opportunists' projected income, after looking at monthly costs of about $200 in addition to a 2-cent cost of goods sold and a monthly revenue of $450, lead to a total net profit per month of $52 and an annual profit of $630 after a 25% corporate tax. This revenue may be a strange number to you, but what I did was I cross-referenced LinkedIn, which is a competitor to us. In their early years, the percent of population that their service can provide, and then looked at the percentage that of the US population that Opportunists can provide its service to. And by cross-referencing these numbers and doing some multiplication, we get our monthly revenue. Next slide. For startup financing, we're gonna need domain purchasing, website development, and to purchase a company computer. All these add up to a startup capital of about $4,150, and my ask for the investors is $1,150. Next slide. Thank you. Do you have any questions?
All right, Ben, finally, we get your full business idea and presentation. I am going to call on these two judges, Rachel and Zoe, to ask the last 2 questions of the night.
Hi, great presentation. My question is, since there are a lot of opportunities, both in the volunteer space and in the career space for high school students, how do you plan to market out to the different opportunists that would then go to the site and update the different opportunities? Like, how would you reach out to them? And how would you go about systematically placing those onto your site or onto your app?
So when it comes to placement, we're going to have a wide array first presented to all of our users, and then we're going to use that search and refine tool that I talked about earlier based on our users' preferences to find the information they're looking for. But also how we're going to upload all of our information that's our employees' job. So we're going to hire 2 part-time employees, and they're both going to scour the internet looking for public opportunities and calling companies, schools, outside programs to find these opportunities to post at first.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks so much. Great presentation. And my question is, how do you plan to sustain this, assuming you yourself as the lead employee, are going off to college, et cetera?
Yeah, so this is luckily a website-based company. So for me, basically, I'm going to be a monitor and a creator for the company, helping innovate how the company is going to operate. And as we grow and get more users, we're going to be producing more revenue, and we can afford for more employees. And with more employees, we can spread across the country and even move into new niches to help us expand.
Excellent. Thank you.
All right, and there you have it, viewers. I am going to make this transition to the other screen, but as you can see that we have wrapped up all of our presentations, and we just want you to understand that as you stay in this virtual space, a lot can happen, but these students have worked so hard, and we are so proud of them for what they have accomplished. Now the judges are going to go deliberate, so just bear with us for about 15 to 20 more minutes, because we're about to wrap up and you're going to get the best information of the night. You're going to hear the funding amounts that will be awarded to each business, and then we'll also announce the top 3. And so that includes our overall winner that will be going to participate in the national competition. Now, with this pandemic, a lot of things have changed and it has been pushed back, but we will have a representative, whether it's virtual, for this national competition. Now, the students, just hang in there and pay attention. They're getting ready to deliberate. But in the meantime, during this deliberation, I want you all to just hear some special words from the instructors. The instructors have been here for the long haul and through it all, virtually as well. And they're just going to share some words with you all. And we're going to start off with our first instructor segment, which is Barbara Bush.
Is my camera on? Start video. Oh.
Yes, here we go. We see your beautiful face.
Oh, there we go. There I am. Fellow entrepreneurs, as you learned over this past year, starting and owning a business requires making a lot of decisions, some minor and some major. Should I focus my target market on just a narrow demographic? What should I name my business? What price should I set? Your mentors, along with Rob, Ken, and I, asked you similar questions and a whole lot more of them. Recently, I was reflecting on just how many decisions I make as a business owner every single day, and I was shocked at the high count. For those of you who will earnestly be pursuing your new business, or just those of you with big life decisions in front of you, I wanted to share a concept first popularized by Susie Welch in her New York Times best-selling book, 10-10-10, A Life-Transforming Idea. She's a famous speaker and author, and the wife of Jack Welch, the late CEO of General Electric. 10-10-10 is an invitation to take each decision you make and put it through 3 filters. So first, you word your decision as a question, like what market should I target first? And then think of all your options. And then ask the additional question, what are the consequences of each of my options in 10 minutes, 10 months, or in 10 years? As the book will remind you, the 10s don't have to be minutes, months, and years, but instead could be hours, weeks, and months, or any time points that make sense to you. The point is to weigh your options against increasing amounts of time to give you short, medium, and long-term perspective. Looking at each option with different time perspectives can uncover hidden risks and rewards. So I invite you to give this a try as you launch your businesses. And for some of you seniors, the next big step in your lives. I know that the last 2 months have been difficult at best, but it has been my honor and privilege to be your YEA instructor last fall and to jump back in remotely this spring. You have all made leaps and bounds in your knowledge and skills. Remember that the most important part of YEA is not learning about business or starting one. It is learning and improving on your ability to present to a group of people just like you did today, as you will use this skill throughout your entire lives. I congratulate all of you on your amazing accomplishments and wish you the very best of luck as you move on with your lives. I am only an email away for college recommendation letters or business questions. Stay healthy and congratulations.
Oh, thank you, Barbara. That was so kind. I'm touched. Thank you so much for that. So next, we'll be hearing words from the second segment instructor, Rob Jager.
Hey, Charisse, everybody. Just wanted to, I think my thing is I just wanted to say a couple words about what the students have kind of been through. For me, the first thing I want to say to all of you is great job. For some of you parents out there, you may or may not know, it's amazing to see the students go from doing an okay job presenting, trying to figure out how to do it, to doing what they did tonight. And some of them did a phenomenal job compared to where they were a long time ago. Some of them were good right off the bat, which is really cool. But I always feel fortunate being able to do this because I get to see students that are at every level be able to learn something that's so valuable. And to me, I hope you learn something about what it takes to run a business, what it takes to start a business, what kind of thinking goes into having to put that business together. And to me, I think the best part is that you probably by now already know more than most of the population out there about what it takes to start a business and run a business, just from the grind of trying to figure out the numbers and the business plan and all that good stuff. So use that in your life as you go forward now, thinking about when you go shopping, when you buy something online. I was thinking of this when we were sitting here watching all the students. Think about the people that started Zoom and how much effort and energy that took and money just coming up with a concept and then be able to create that to be able to do this today is incredible to me. So a few takeaways that I thought were really important for you to keep remembering is that you got to keep dreaming and looking for innovative ideas. That's going to be the key. Don't let anybody stop you. If you've done your research and you know what you need to be doing, you're going to be just fine. And just remember that everybody has an opinion. It doesn't always mean they're right, but listen, because they might have some insight or thought that you hadn't thought of, but then use your research to make the right decision in which direction to go. And always remember that business plans are temporary. They're temporary until the point that you open the door. And once you start working and going live, everything can change. So remember that when you're working through all of these pieces and parts, that the day you start your business, all the numbers are out the door. But I felt it was a pleasure to work with all of you, and I wish you the best of luck. Thank you for letting me be a part of it. Charisse?
All right. Yes. Thank you, Rob. Such great words. Such great words. So last but not least is our third segment instructor who's going to share words. Ken, turning it to you. All right, Ken, it's on you.
Hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
You guys, oh my God, you did such an amazing job. First of all, I have to confess, I was really pissed. Rob and Barbara kept telling me how amazing this year's students are, and I could not wait for my turn to start. We had only had a couple of classes together. I was just getting to know you guys and your businesses and was really very impressed. And then we had this stupid virus. So I appreciate the chance to be able to do this with you all via Zoom. And I must thank Charisse, Chas, and Sophia for putting all these meetings together for all of us. I was really excited to work with this class and overjoyed that we were able to do this virtually. Thank you once again to Troy and Sarah for allowing me to be part of this awesome YEA program once again. And I want to thank all you students who persevered through all the craziness. I'm grateful that you allowed me to share part of your business dreams. Really, YEA is such an amazing program, and there's no other place you can acquire business tools like those you have just learned. Unless you go to business school or just learn on the fly after you're already in business. You have all just worked so hard, and you did it on top of homeschooling and this immense disruption that we've had in life. And as Rob said, you know more about how business works and how to start a business than 95% of the adults in this country. We are really at the cusp of an entrepreneurial revolution, and you guys, you're the ones that will lead it. You've made us all so proud. Barbara, Rob, and I all agree that you have been the brightest, hardest working class that we have had the opportunity to work with. And you all give me hope for the future of our country. And I am just so grateful to be a part of it once again. And thank you all.
Thank you, Ken. Let me tell you, viewers, something. If we had been at Office Depot, Ken would probably have tears in his eyes. All three of the instructors, though, are so passionate about doing this. I am passionate as well because we just love seeing young students realize their dreams, and especially in this way, because they just grow so dramatically from when they first come through the door to where they are now. So we are extremely grateful to be a part of the class of 2020 with the YEA program. So as the judges are finishing their deliberation, we are going to share a special video with you all. So just watch this graduation video in honor of all of our students. All right, class of 2020 with the YEA program. I believe the judges are still deliberating, so I am going to, we're not going to go away for this special speaker. Let's, if we can, our chamber team, if we can pull up our instructors while the judges are still getting there. And just to remind you viewers what's going to happen when the judges come back, we're going to have special words from Rachel Zeitz, who was also part of the YEA program, and just to give some encouraging words to the students, because just because you may not come out at the top as you would have liked, it doesn't matter. It's still about moving forward in your business idea and your dreams. And then after that, the lead judge, Sam, he will be announcing the funding amounts. We're going to have quick words from our chamber Golden Bell chairman, Chuck Stout, and then our top three, and then we are done for the evening. So we have our three instructors, Barbara, Rob, and Ken. So let me ask you all first, did you, because each of you are CEOs or executives in your own businesses, can you just share a little bit about your journey? Did you have like any hiccups or felt like, man, I cannot do this, I just want to quit? So let's start with Barbara first.
Many times. I've been in business for 31 years, but what I've learned is what I've really learned from being with YEA for the past, I think, 5 years now. And that is all the different perspectives that I get to see the world from through the students' eyes. Is they look at things so differently than we do because of the world that they grew up in. So that's, you know, that's what gets me through, is seeing new twists and turns from their perspectives.
All right, what about you, Ken? Did you ever feel like, oh, what am I doing?
You might have heard we had this virus going around. All our stores were shut down. We've had 3 stores open so far. Still got most of them shut down. You know, every day, you know, running a business is a journey. The road is very rarely smooth. You make a plan, you make a forecast, and then something happens and you have to adjust. You have to surround yourself with good people. Even if you're a sole entrepreneur, you surround yourself with peers, a peer group. You'll have investors, debt holders, equity holders, and you'll just have to surround yourself with good people. And when you have the opportunity to share freely. And when you have the opportunity to need, ask freely. And good things will happen. Let karma work for you. Just keep doing the right things. Keep doing the right things for the right people, and then let karma work for you when the chips are down and you have to, and you feel like you want to quit, and you feel like, you know, the world needs you know, the world needs what you've got. So just got to keep going on.
Thank you, Ken. And Rob, you did this amazing video. You and your wife run Plum Productions. Have you guys ever felt like, what are we doing?
I don't know if it's so much of a what are we doing here. It's more of a there have been times looking back, and it's very much like, you know, Ken talks about, like, there are ups and downs every day. And I know most of the people that are here as attendees are small business owners, big business owners. It goes the same all the way around. It's one of those, every day is different. Has there been days in the past, weeks, months in the past where you go, I don't know if we're going to make it and what's going to happen? But you know what? It always works itself out. And I think the point that Ken made of, boy, if you've got the information to be able to help somebody else, that is really good advice. I feel like one of the things that and again, I know we're on a chamber thing, we're part of the Golden Bell thing, but that's part of the reason why we're part of the chamber, because we know that the chamber has so many resources available for us, other business owners, people that we know that are in a similar situation or different situation or been through stuff before, that we can ask and say, hey, what do we do with this? How would you approach that? And it happens every so often where I don't know what to do with this. So we ask somebody, and that's been the piece that has been gotten us through, is having the people that we know through the chamber and other business owners that we know, even outside the chamber, even though, Troy, there's not many other outside the chamber. I don't know too many businesses out there besides the chamber members. So anyway, it's really good. That's supporting yourself and supporting others is really critical.
Okay, thank you. So let me ask you one more question, starting with you, Barbara, for us, the mentoring aspect. How important do you think it is to have that advisor, that mentor, consultant to help grow who you are also as well in your business journey?
It's incredibly important, and I'll just share that my mentor was my dad. He of blessed memory, but he early on, I wanted to be a businesswoman, and from the beginning, he just encouraged me. And then when I started to become more serious about it and started my business, he was right there, helping along the way, advising when I asked, sometimes when I didn't ask. And it's so important to have, and it doesn't have to be a family member, and it doesn't even have to be a friend. It can just be a colleague, and it can be somebody from the chamber. But, you know, to all the students, get yourself a mentor who cares about you and who is passionate about you succeeding and your business succeeding, because they are worth their weight in gold.
All right, Ken, what do you have to say for that as well about the mentoring piece?
I mean, if we're talking specifically about the YEA program mentors.
Yes, we can do, yes, we can do that.
They were extremely valuable to help the students, working directly with students. Normally, by the third segment, they usually stopped what they're supposed to do. It was valuable to have them continue and keep on with all of the advice that they gave each student. It's extremely valuable. I mean, having a mentor is invaluable. Having a mentor, whether it's an older person who's been through business before, or whether it's somebody in a peer group who are going through the same type of struggles that you're going through, or the same type of successes that you're going through. Business is a team sport. There's very rarely somebody that does it completely on their own. It's a total team sport. You need to rely on your connections, rely on your network, and keep those strong. Troy and I were just talking about this during this crisis, how leaning on the people that you've connected with right now, and then there's time when you rely on them for support, rely on them for advice.
Thank you. And any last words about that piece, Rob?
No, I think from the YEA program, the mentors are the key and the critical component for this program, because we as instructors can only do so much, and we can't get into the details and the weeds of all the different business plans and all the different thinking. And I think that's been critical to our success as a YEA program here locally. And I also think that, you know, both Barbara and Ken hit it on the head, you know, a mentor is critical even outside of creating business plans and doing the YEA program. I've had a mentor. I had a mentor when I was growing up. I have a mentor now. It's Jen has a mentor, my wife, who does video. She does the video, and she created the one there. She has somebody that she can call on when she goes, I don't know how would I do this, or how would I shoot this, or how would I. It's really important, and Ken's right. It's a team sport. If you help each other, that's how everybody gets better. And I think it's one of those concepts of, you know, the rising tide, you know, brings all the ships up, and I think that's what happens when you do that. And I think it's critical.
Thank you so much, Rob. We, as the judges, still need a little bit more time, though. We're going to just have words from Rachel Zeitz, who is going to just share just encouraging words, because she's been there and she's done that. And so let's just turn it over to Rachel so you can encourage these students on their journey.
Hi, everyone. I just really want to say congratulations to everyone. I heard some great ideas tonight, and these are some wonderful entrepreneurs by the looks of it. Definitely remember that even if you do not win today, you can still pursue your business and you can still follow that passion of yours. This was tough competition. I heard a lot of great ideas, and you are all very, very smart and creative individuals. As you know, I didn't win my year, and I think that I'm doing okay. I say the same thing for all of you guys. remember that the most important thing to succeed in entrepreneurship is to be passionate about what you are doing. And that's definitely why I started my business, Gladiator Lacrosse. I had a passion for lacrosse and really wanted to share that with the lacrosse community. And it cannot be more true for my business. And I think that I've seen a lot of that in your presentations. Again, congratulations. Everyone is a winner in my book. I hope to see a lot of your success stories later on. And cannot wait to hear about all of your amazing things that you guys have accomplished. And I will now pass it off.
Thank you so much, Rachel. Thank you for those words. Students, take that to heart. And she said she didn't win, but she's doing pretty fine right now. So as the deliberation part, it is hard because you all did so incredibly good. Viewers, I know you have to agree that these students, it's a very hard thing to try to figure out and do. But so while they still need a few more times, I'm going to bring up the chairman of the Golden Bell Education Foundation, Chuck Stout. He's going to just give you details because this wouldn't be possible unless it was under the Golden Bell Education Foundation. So Chuck?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. Good evening, everyone. My name is Chuck Stout, and by day, I'm an employee benefits consultant with CBiz. But more importantly, I am the chairman for the Boca Chambers Golden Bell Education Foundation. Before we announce tonight's winners, I want to take just a couple of minutes to congratulate all of this year's class participants. This has certainly been a year like no other. Each student has received a real-life business lesson, which the YEA program itself could never have provided. The worldwide business closures in reaction to the COVID-19 virus was truly a black swan event. For those students who have never heard of a black swan event, Google it after tonight's program. Golden Bell has two main programs under our umbrella. The first one is administering the YEA program, such as you're witnessing tonight. The second thing we do is raise money for all of Boca Raton public schools to provide supplemental funds for our teachers in order to provide the future workforce of Florida the best education possible. This past year, we were fortunate enough to give away roughly $100,000 to the public schools, which was a record for us. If you would like to help support the Golden Bell Education Foundation with a tax-deductible donation, we have set up a text to give campaign. If you look on the slide, you're going to see instructions of how to make a donation. It's very simple. You'll just text Golden Bell to 243-725, and any amount is certainly appreciated. I wish you all good health, and now let's get back to the presentation.
All right, so thank you, Chuck. Definitely, let me put that up one more time for those who are interested in giving. It's text to give. All you simply do is on your cell phones, you just text the word Golden Bell to 243-725, and then you just follow the instructions that come after, because none of this is possible. The funds that will be awarded tonight are those that are raised through the Golden Bell Education Foundation and sponsorships to the program. And so again, as our CEO said earlier, we definitely want to thank all of our partners and sponsors for just making this possible. So we are going to, I believe we are ready for our funding announcement. So we're going to start off with that. And that will be announced by our lead judge, Sam Zeitz.
I'm still waiting for somebody to send me the.
Okay. Okay, well then let's have a chat with. Oh, yeah. Do you have it?
No.
Okay, let's have a chat with you, Sam, because I did a little research on you, Mr. Zeitz, and I saw that you have been a part of YEA as well for some time. Just tell us, why does this interest you, and you know, why do you give your time and your talent to this?
So listen, I think it's entrepreneurism that's built this country and what it's made this country great and what separates us from everywhere else in the world. And you know, I think Rachel talked about how important following your passion is. And, you know, if you can start that early And obviously YEA does a great job of starting that early where the kids are in middle school and high school. To be able to have that mindset and to know that entrepreneurism is a possibility, that'll set a lot of people up for success later in life. If you look back 30 years ago, entrepreneurs were people that typically lost a job or couldn't get a job, and they became an entrepreneur out of necessity. Now it's something that people aspire to. So I think it's very important to provide the education that YEA does, and YEA was one of the first to really do that, and has done it now on a national program. Obviously, I learned about it when Rachel went through the program a number of years ago, and then my son Jordan also went through the program a few years later. And I've seen a lot of kids that have gone through it and sat through a lot of these investor panels and sat through a lot of the elevator pitch competitions, and the amount of confidence that the kids receive, and you see them at the end of the year compared to the beginning of the year. I know the instructors talked about it, but it's always, Ken and I talk about it a lot on how the first few weeks the kids are nervous, can't speak in front of a crowd, and then unfortunately today they weren't able to do it, but they're able to get out in front and speak to in front of usually a large auditorium in front of a large crowd, and the confidence that they've all gained from going through the program is incredible.
All right, thank you, Sam. Yes, I've seen, and many of those who have been around with the Boca YEA chapter for a while know just how invested you are and how your heart is with this program. So as you are getting the final funding awards and scores in, let me just remind the viewers, this is the funding amounts that will be announced. So you will hear what is being funded to each student, business. That does not necessarily translate into the top 3. Some of you may think it does, and at times it could, but remember, funding an investment does not necessarily translate to the best presenter and the seller of the idea. The investment is which business is the most viable business, combined with their presentation skills and the ability to sell it. So I believe we are ready to hear the funding awards, and after that we will hear who 3rd place goes to, then 2nd place, then our overall Boca national representative that has won our chapter. So Sam, are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm still waiting for the email to come to me with the numbers.
I believe you, I think you should, check it.
I got a text. I know who I've now got the results of the competition. I do not have the funding amounts, which I believe I'm reading.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's not announced.
I think it just came in. Here we go.
Okay, yeah, let's not do those yet. We'll save that for last.
All right, so let me just pull this up.
Yes, you ready? It's on you.
It's not good. All right. So this is the amount that the combined judges have awarded to each group, each company. There's a total of $7,500 that was awarded. And the first group at the spot received $175, which was 15 more than their requested amount. The next group, Build-A-Botics, received $200. Click Fluence received $175. Enhancing Dancing received $280. Get Amped received $800. Luxury Rentals received $125. Opportunists received $275. Stat Analytics received $575. Teen Chess received $625. 10 Ace received $455. Project Flight Photography received $1,090. Quick Dropped received $1,225. And the top funding went to Togard with $1,500. So
All right.
well done to everybody on that, and probably a really good start to a number of companies getting off the ground.
All right. All right, Sam. So we
All
have
right.
those funding amounts. Students, we will follow up with you after this. But let's get into our third place winner, then our second place and first place.
All right. Our third place winner is Get Amped.
Get Amped. Woo! Get
Great
Amped,
job.
third place. All right,
I'll
second
have
place.
to, yeah, Nick, make sure to send me your business card because I'm sure I'll use your service. Second place, Togard.
Togard. Woo! Togard, second place. And our Boca YEA 2020 winner and our national representative
Is Quick Drop.
Quick Drop. Woo, Cassandra, you did it. So there we go. We have our Boca YEA 2020 winner. All of you students did absolutely great. Remember, as Rachel said earlier, even if you did not win or place where you felt, you can still be successful. You just have to continue on. But congratulations to Quick Dropped. She will be our representative in the national competition. And so as we end this program, I just want to tell you viewers that hung in there with us, thank you so much for staying with us through the night and taking time to spend with us. You could have been tuning into something else, but you were here to support these students. Again, thank you speakers. Thank Jerry for speaking, Ethan for being here, our chamber staff, chamber team, especially Troy as well, the CEO that's over there, and our judges, Sam and Rachel, Zoe, and Seth. Thank you all for being a part of this awesome competition, which is a first for us. Thank you all so much. And as the students stay back, because we want to get some virtual pictures, for anyone that has any information about our YEA program or just about the Boca chapter or the Boca Chamber or the Golden Bell Education Foundation, feel free to reach out to me at the email that you see at your screen. If you want specific information about the Young Entrepreneurs Academy, you can also visit their website at www.yeausa.org. Thank you so much for attending, and everyone have an absolutely great night. Thank you.
Hello. Thank you. Thank you and congratulations.
What's up? So, what's the plan?
Okay, students,
Congrats,
they're clearing.
Levi.
They're clearing because we're going to get some pictures. So don't go anywhere. Hold on. I know it's been a long night.
Cassandra, you must be really happy.
It must be.
That's pretty cool.
That was really exciting.
No kidding.
Boy, I tell you, it was so hard for me, Rob and Barbara. I know. Okay. I was like, I was like, ah.
Well, when they started running through the numbers, I mean, Harlan and Justin, you guys did well too. I mean,
oh, I know. I was like, what?
Really cool. I thought you would.
Really great. All of you.
Thank you.
All of you.
Okay.
Lot to be proud of tonight.
We're just
Yeah,
waiting
the runner-ups.
Christian, you got 625. That was pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Runner-ups, like first place was Cassandra, second place was
Oh no, I mean like
Togard?
runner-ups, like 4th and 5th place.
Yep, Togard.
Oh.
Oh, I don't know.
Togard was second. Ganampt was third, and then after that, I don't think we know. We usually don't have that information.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how does this work?
Okay. Chas and Sophia. We need
I didn't even
pictures.
see me on here.
We're doing some screenshots.
I'm gonna take my video off to do the screenshot. So we want to take a screenshot of you guys. So make sure you smile big. Are you doing the screenshot, Soph?
Yep.
Okay. Take
Of each
myself
of
off.
us individually, or
No,
as
it's
a
the whole Zoom. It's a whole Zoom group.
All right, on the count of three.
Josh, wake up and smile.
Oh.
Tell us when to be
Wait,
ready.
hold on. Okay, so on the wait, somebody keeps popping it. Okay, there's Josh. Okay, ready?
1, 2, 3. And one more.
You're gonna
Okay.
Okay, and then I'm gonna Rob and Barbara, we're gonna take you out.
Yeah,
so
I'm
you
in
guys get
the I'm in the student. I'm in the picture with the students. That was wrong.
That's okay. We just wanted to get everybody. No, that's okay. We just wanted to get everybody that's on the screen, and then we're gonna ask you and Rob. We're gonna stop your video.
Okay.
Justin. I don't see your video.
I do.
He's on there.
He's on there. He's to the left. Oh,
There,
that's because
Jasmine.
Jasmine's there.
I just see a blank screen.
Yeah, we don't see him. Sharice, do you see him?
See who?
Jazz. I don't know how to. Thomas. I don't know how to pronounce it. Jasmine. I don't know how to pronounce her name. I apologize. Last name is Thomas. Okay, you do the screenshot because we see her blacked out on our side. You know how to do it? So you do the screenshot.
Oh,
you know
really? I can't.
There we go.
It's not doing it right now.
There
for
she
me.
is.
Rob or something.
Okay. All right, everybody.
Okay,
stand
can you
tall,
do it?
look
Okay,
forward.
good. 'Cause I can't.
1.
Look up. Yep.
1.
Smile, Josh.
3. One more.
You gotta do it again because you're on a delay. You gotta do it again because you're on a delay. Awesome.
Perfect. Thank you, guys.
Okay, wait. We need to get a shot with the winner. So Cassandra, we need one. But wait, before you guys go, I need to say, just hold on. I will be in touch with each of you to let you know how you access your funds. Whatever questions you have, of course, you can shoot me an email and call me. But I'm going to be talking to our finance guy because